Air Conditioning presents Westside Warrior Football on Tubetown. Sponsored in part by Denver's Refrigeration, Max Garage, Ace Sports, and First National Bank.
A rainy, chilly evening as we welcome you into the Tez here in Wilson, Arkansas, a game of Rivercrest. Broadcast of Westside Warrior Football here on Tubetown. Both the Warriors and their opponents, Rivercrest Colts, together to tonight's game with a record of 5-2. They're both sitting at 3-1 in the 3-4A, right behind the Dallasville Pirates, who play the 1-6 Highland Rebels tonight. Both teams coming into tonight's game off of a win. Rivercrest defeating Pocahontas in a 21-14 overtime game, while Westside had a dominant second half performance over Kansas City to win that game 43-26. Thanks again for joining us on this Friday evening. Andy Manus here with you, bring you all the play-by-play action here from the Tez. We'll be joined shortly by Marcus Carlton on color commentary. And we are just about set for kickoff here in Wilson. Been raining all day here in Northeast Arkansas, so tonight's game ought to be very interesting. Shades of last year's game, a 20-13 final. Westside coming out on top of that one, but it rained in that game last year, so kind of a repeat event here in 2019. Rivercrest is set to take tonight's opening kickback. And 10-mile-an-hour wind out there. Going to go ahead and knock the ball off the tee. So, again, weather conditions definitely going to play a part in tonight's game. Luke Wall's ready to kick it away. Nope. They fake it with him. Fake it with Tyler Ray, it looked like, and Walls boots it away, taking inside the 10-yard line. Now outside to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, right up the middle, cut back to the far sideline and taken down at midfield. An excellent return that time by Keyshawn Scott, one of the stars of this Rivercrest Colt football team. Keyshawn Scott with 515 rushing yards on the year, 4 touchdowns on the ground, 3 through the air as a receiver. Three wide receiver set, 1 tailback. Handoff goes up the middle, Cam Turner. Cam Turner actually going to keep it himself. Second and 8 coming up. Westside going to bring 4 down linemen here on second and 8. Empty backfield here for Turner. Sends a man in motion, fake the handoff, and the play will be blown dead. False start to be called on the Colts, so they'll back it up 5 yards. Second down coming up. It'll be second and 13 now for Rivercrest. Alec Hinklin in the slot over there on the far side. Hinklin will go in motion. He'll get the handoff. No, it's an option. Turner going to keep it himself. Bounces off the blockers at the line of scrimmage. He'll make his way out to about the 45-yard line. They'll stop him just shy of that. It'll be at about the 47. 4 wide receivers set here. Scott goes in motion, and he takes the pitch. Trying to find the corner. He's got one at the 45. He'll get taken down out of bounds. 3rd down coming up. 4th down coming up. The Westside holding so far through the first 2 minutes, shutting down an opening drive here from the Colts. Colts bringing their special teams unit out. Get a look here at Easton Elder. I think it's set to punt this one, eh? McPherson back deep at the 20. Had to pick that one up off the turf. Still gets a foot on it, boots it away, and it will roll down to about the 12-yard line. And that is where we will see the Westside Warriors open up with 10:06 left to play here in the first quarter. So again, Westside defeating Cave City last week. A good game for Logan McPherson. Rushed for 2 touchdowns. He is averaging almost 10 yards a carry on the year. He is in the backfield here on 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. River Eagle under center. Turn, and he'll hand it off to McPherson. McPherson runs over the referee, and going to have to credit the Zebra with a tackle there. McPherson was headed to the house if it hadn't been for the man in stripes. Some great defense on his part there. But a nice run on 1st and 10 from McPherson. And you see him right there with that stiff arm. There's nobody out ahead of him there. Got enough to move the chains for another 1st and 10. Now from the 31. Tough break there for the Warriors. That should be 6 points on the board. Colts showing blitz there. They bring it right up the middle. The handoff goes to all-day Tyler Ray. He picks up about 3, maybe 4 yards on 1st down there. 2nd and 6 coming up. Again, Andy Manus here with you tonight at the Tez. Welcoming in Marcus Carlton here to our broadcast position.
How you doing, Andy? Good to finally get on headset with you. Fighting a little technical issues tonight.
Fighting some technical issues, fighting the weather tonight as well on 2nd down as McPherson takes it right up the middle. He will make it to about the 40-yard line. Second on the far side, hash marks. That's going to bring up 3rd and short. So 3rd and about a yard to go here. So far, Westside keeping it on the ground on the opening drive, and why not? That's your bread and butter.
Absolutely. I mean, they're number 3 in rushing in all of 4A in the state, averaging about 287 yards per game, and perfect night for rushing the ball, too, with the weather being as messy as it is.
See if we get any passes from Ingle tonight, any play action. They'll go back to McPherson here on 3rd and short, and he will be driven backwards by the Colts.
You know, Andy, I'm a little late to the party here, but I think if you're a Westside fan and you force Rivercrest into a 3-and-out on their first possession, you got to take that as a small defensive victory on how you want to start the game.
Yeah, absolutely, especially considering we know the threats that Rivercrest has in their backfield between Turner and Scott. That is a dynamic duo that the Colts have working this year. Sort of quarterback, running back tandem. 4th and short, and the Warriors are going to go for it. They turn, they hand it off to McPherson. McPherson tripped up in the backfield, but he leans forward. It's going to be awfully close.
I think he's just a hair short, Andy. I could be wrong there, but it looked like he fell just a little bit short, and I think the Colts are probably going to take over here.
I think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one here.
Yeah, the PA announcer's already given it to Rivercrest, but I think they're calling for the chains to come out.
It looks like he has to make it to the 42, and the ball kind of with Marcus here.
Yeesh.
Looks like
I
it
think
is
he's
a
a little
bit
short.
shy of that 42-yard line.
I think he's about 41 3/4.
And that is that's a heartbreaker considering the first play of this drive was McPherson nearly breaking one off, and
Yeah, was it the back judge that got in his way?
Only got tripped up by the referees. I think he honestly was just moving too fast, and he came at the referee just kind of all of a sudden out of nowhere. The referee did not have time to move out of the way.
Looky here. We may have it by the nose of the football. How about that?
1st and 10
wow.
Warriors. Excellent
wow.
job by our camera crew getting in close on that.
That's a big first down.
Yeah, absolutely. A fresh set of downs here for Westside. They will keep the drive moving. 2nd first down on this drive.
And I would think if you're Westside, you want to take your time when you have the possession of the ball, milk as much of this clock as you can to keep that dynamic offense of Rivercrest off the field.
That is what Westside likes to do. We've seen possession times go upwards of 6, 7, sometimes 8 minutes for these Warriors. Their offense is rolling on all cylinders. They are hard to stop. They're hard to get the ball back. Pitch out to McPherson. He runs to his left. Sidesteps one defender, runs over another, and he'll pick up another new set of downs for Westside. McPherson, again, talked about it a minute ago, Marcus, averaging close to 10 yards a carry coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, look at this here on the replay. He runs over, 1, 2, 3 guys before he finally gets the first down here. I mean, just another impressive run. Averaging, like you said, 9 yards a carry. That's almost a first down every carry, Andy. He's got 900 yards on the year and 8 touchdowns coming into this game. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
1st and 10 now into Colt territory. Garner comes out as the lone wide receiver.
Misdirection there.
Little misdirection, and here goes
Nat Hedger. Hedger's not going to be caught.
To the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Westside scoring with 7:09 left to play in the first quarter. Nat Hedger taking that one about 48 yards into the end zone.
How about that? Look here, the fake handoff and the little misdirection here. Nobody's got Hedger. Hedger had a lane big enough to drive a truck through, and he had just enough speed to get out in front of everybody. He was almost caught by Keyshawn Scott, but Scott was a little late getting to him, and Westside takes the early lead 6-0.
7 plays, about 3 minutes taken off of the clock here in the first quarter. And Walls on to attempt the extra point, and it's good. 7-0, an early lead for the Westside Warriors over the Rivercrest Colts. 7:09 left to play in the first quarter. You're watching Westside Warrior football on Tubetown.
Okay, so finding a heat and air guy has never been easy. But then I got more, and it's a whole new level of customer service. First, they show up on time, and before they arrive, I get a text with a picture of my More technician, like Uber. And my More team never leaves a mess. They treat my home like it's theirs. Google MOHR. That 5-star rating, it's for real.
You deserve more, so visit us online or call us today to schedule an appointment.
Rainy.
Just a messy night.
Yeah, that describes the atmosphere here in Wilson tonight at the Tez. Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton, welcome you back to the campus of Rivercrest High School. The Colts surrendering a touchdown to the Westside Warriors on their first drive of the game. 7 plays, about 85 yards in about 3 minutes.
Westside has come out, and they're making statements early, Andy. They force Rivercrest on a 3-and-out, and then they take their first possession, pick up a couple of big first downs, and then Nat Hedger comes out of nowhere with about a 48, 50-yard touchdown run to give them the early lead.
Well, you said it when it happened, misdirection. It looked like they were keying in on the run to the left side of the line, and Westside ran it to the right. Return taken out to about the 32-yard line.
Sorry about that, Andy. I was just going to say, this is what you have to watch. You don't want Travis Smith or Keyshawn Scott fielding those high kickoffs. So, they saw the first one there that I believe it was Keyshawn Scott had about a 50-yard return on to set up Rivercrest for their first possession. I would look for Westside to either pooch kick it or squib kick it the rest of the night to try to keep those electric guys from having an opportunity to get an open field.
Warriors were able to force a 3-and-out for the Colts on their opening drive. 5 wide receiver set. Smith in motion. Turner on the option, going to keep it himself. Cuts up the middle, and is tackled just shy of the 35-yard line. Took a pretty big hit, but he's already back on his feet, ready to go.
Popped up pretty quick. Cam Turner, if that name sounds familiar, that's because last year he was at Osceola and led them to the state finals of 3A, transferred in the offseason, and now he went from being a Seminole to leading this Colt offense. And speaking of this Colt offense, if you know the history of Rivercrest, they are traditionally a power running team. Now you've got them setting up 5 wide, so it's a little bit of a shocker if you've not seen Rivercrest play in a while.
And I'm sure that makes that Rivercrest-Osceola matchup that much...
A little more salt there.
Yeah, that much more interesting.
Yeah.
Turner standing on his own 30-yard line. Sends a man in motion. Now looking to throw with it. Takes a shot down the field. Incomplete. Ball will land harmlessly at the 40-yard line. A little bit of indecision that time from Turner. Looked like just a busted play. He just decided to get rid of it as opposed to run.
Yeah, I think he held on to it after the potential handoff there, and I don't think his receiver may have zigged when he should have zagged or when he thought he was going to zag. So busted play, and we'll do it again.
3rd and 7 now for the Colts. 3 wide receivers stacked up on the right side. Play action. Turner rolls out. Takes a shot down the field. Got a man at the 40-yard line, but he overthrew him. And if he does not overthrow Jackson Stovall, then that is a touchdown.
Wow. See it here on the replay. Nice play action fake. Stovall's got nobody around him and just couldn't catch up to the pass there. That's a lucky break for Westside. That's another 3 and out by the defense. So you take on a night like tonight when the ball's a little slippery, that could play a major role in Rivercrest passing game.
Well, and it absolutely plays in Westside's favor considering they are a run-first football team.
No doubt about it.
Westside looking like they may try to come after this punt here. They'll back off now. McPherson back deep. And they will let that one
fall out of bounds.
Yep, bounce out of bounds over there on that far sideline in front of Westside's bench. The Warriors will come out. It looks like in Colt territory. Ball looks like it's going to be spotted right about the Rivercrest 45-yard line. So some great field position here for the Warriors on their second drive of the night.
You know, if you're a Warrior fan, I don't think you could ask for a better start than what they've got so far. You've got 2 3 and outs on the defensive side. You score on your first possession, and then your second possession, you're going to start it with 5:58 left in the first in Rivercrest territory on about the 45-yard line.
Garner will come out as the lone wide receiver. McPherson in the backfield. Hedger ahead of him. Tyler Ray ahead of him. McPherson goes in motion. They'll hand off to all-day Tyler Ray. He will rumble forward for a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Ray has been a very nice weapon for this offense this year. 671 yards on the year, 11 touchdowns. You know, he's a thunder and lightning kind of combo with McPherson.
We call him all day for a reason. You see him right there on 1st and 10. You can pick up 3 to 4 yards every time you touch the football out of the backfield. You're going to get a lot of carries.
That's what gets you the nickname all day.
2nd and 7. Nearing the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. There's the handoff to McPherson. Trying to find an edge. Finds one at the 40-yard line. Is able to scoot out to about the 38. 3rd down coming up. And Rivercrest stacking 10 guys in that box. They loaded up that far side trying to stop the run.
And if you've seen any of our other broadcasts this year, you know that when the defenses start to stack up like that on Westside, that's when you see River Eagle roll out with that little play action. And usually you got somebody on a wheel route or just an out route that'll be wide open.
Well, he's going to be rolling out to his left, and that's the way that they were stacking the pressure. So they're going to have to start running some to the right here to start moving them over here. You see they got the 2 extra guys on the left this time as well, but here's McPherson right up the middle. He's at the 20, a cut back to the 15,
wow.
The 10, the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Westside. They have taken a 13-point lead here in the first quarter over the Rivercrest Colts.
Nice run here. Great blocking up front. McPherson finds the hole and then just outruns the entire secondary of Rivercrest to the end zone. Andy, I'm a little bit in shock. Westside has come out with a chip on their shoulder, and they are in full control of this game at the moment.
Awaiting the extra point here from Luke Walls.
Walls is a converted soccer player. Has come over. He got talked into coming over to the football team to be a kicker. There's a botched snap. Looks like McPherson's going to get the 2.
He got into the end zone. He
How about
found the
that?
pylon, and A little bit of an improv play there by McPherson. And that will make it 15-0 with 4:17 left to play here in the first quarter. Westside leading Rivercrest. Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton here with you on Tubetown.
So the best thing about You First Banking is that you don't have to change your lifestyle to meet our needs. We change what we have to meet your needs. Whether you're the mom who's busy taking care of kids all day and you really just don't have time to stop in the bank, we have products like our mobile banking app to make things a lot easier for you so you can get things done when you're on the run. Or if what you're looking for is that face-to-face interaction, we have 20 locations across the state with someone there to help. At First National Bank, you first, always.
15-0 after this 40-yard dash by Logan McPherson into the end zone. A little bit of a mishap on the extra point. A botched snap, or a botched hold, rather. McPherson had to pick it up. He somehow made his way into the end zone. They get an improvised two-point conversion there, and the Warriors lead this 15-0.
I think that's what you call making something out of nothing.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It's two unanswered scores as well. This Westside Warrior offense, the defense has forced back-to-back 3-and-outs, trying to make it 3 in a row as this kickoff is taken inside the 20. Now out to the 25, the 30. Nice job on the return there by Jacob Brown, tripping up the return man. Colts will have the ball at about the 34-yard line. They have yet to cross midfield.
Andy, I think I'm about like the rest of the Rivercrest fans here. I'm a little shell-shocked. I did not expect this kind of start from Westside, but you can't ask for a better start than what they have. You're up 15-0 with 4 minutes left in the first.
Back-to-back 40-yard touchdown runs for this Westside Warrior team. One from 47 from Hedger, one from 40 from McPherson. Scott goes in motion, but it's going to be a handoff up the middle. And on the return, or on the run there, is going to be Jackson Stovall, senior tailback for the Colts. Nice little chunk of yards picked up there on first down.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be about second and with about 3 yards left to make the first down. And for Rivercrest, that's a big play because they had been struggling on first and second down here.
Scott will go in motion again. This time he will get the handoff on the sweep. And what a hit by Brady Johnson. He absolutely demolished the blocker and was able to take down Keyshawn Scott pretty easily.
Look here on the replay. You'll see this. He just busts through. Wow. Put the blocker on his back and then just took the running back down as well.
I think Jackson Stovall is well aware of who Brady Johnson is.
They have been introduced.
At this point. 3:30 left to play in the first quarter. Stovall's thinking, I do not want to run into him again.
If you're a Westside fan, you got to love the attitude this defense has come in with early.
3rd and 5. Stovall in the backfield, standing behind Turner, and we are going to have a timeout out on the field called by the Colts. The first timeout of the first half called, and they won it at 3:14 left to play here in the first quarter. 15-0 is the score. Westside leading Rivercrest. We're back with more first quarter action right after this on Tubetown. Andy Manus and Marcus Carlton welcome you back to the Tez here on the campus of Rivercrest High School. Right now the Colts facing a 3rd and about 5. 3:14 left to play in the first quarter. They trail 15-0 to the Westside Warriors in this conference matchup. Here we go. They fake to Scott. Turner dancing in the backfield. Just decides to cut upfield with it now. Saw Scott over there saying just go forward, go forward. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, and we've got a 4th down play coming up.
Yet again, the Westside defense steps up and forces the offense of Rivercrest to stall out, and now they're going to have another punt, or are they going to go for it here? Seeing a little hesitation to come off the field by the offense. Look at the rain. This is what we're dealing with tonight, folks. A lot of heavy rain, and if Andy and I sound a little bit different tonight, it's because we're set up inside the production trailer with our crew tonight trying to call this game. So if you want to head over to the Tubetown Twitter, you can see just what kind of setup we're dealing with.
I couldn't risk some of our equipment getting wet, so had to improvise where we could. The Colts do punt it away here on 4th down, and the ball will take a Colt bounce down inside the 35-yard line. They will spot it right at the 35, and here come the Westside Warriors back out on offense for the 3rd time here in the first quarter. So far, 2 for 2 on scoring. A 40-yard touchdown rush from Logan McPherson the last time they were out here. 4-play, 45-yard drive, and only took a minute 47 off of the clock here in the first quarter.
There you go, full house backfield lining up again. Your Rivercrest, you got to be guessing which way they're going because they've already shown that they'll go to Hedgers, Ray, and McPherson, all three.
Here's Ray on 1st and 10. You see him spin at the line of scrimmage. He rumbles forward for about 5 yards. We'll give him 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Nice pickup by all-day Tyler Ray.
Tyler Ray, you see here on the replay, watch this. He's met at the line and just powers his way through, spinning, wrapping the ball up, and he ends up, takes what should be a no-gainer and turn it into 5-6 yards.
He has got some power in those legs for sure. Rivercrest creeping forward. Bringing pressure right up the middle. McPherson bounces to the outside. He's at the 50. Cuts back to the near side. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. Got a convoy ahead of him.
Nice.
Sidesteps one defender.
Wow.
He's into the end zone for another touchdown. Logan McPherson, his 2nd score of the night.
58 yards for McPherson. Watch this cutback when he gets out here. It looks like he's about to get hemmed in right here towards the end of the play, and just a slight little cutback puts the defensive back, Cam Turner, on his knees, and we look up, and it's 21-0 in the first quarter, Andy.
That was only the 2nd play of that drive.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Here I was talking about how they needed to milk the clock, and they're making me look foolish here because they're scoring in 2 and 3 plays.
Extra point on the way, and it's through the uprights. A 22 now. Nothing lead for the Westside Warriors over the Rivercrest Colts. 1:12 left to play here in the first quarter. A rainy start here for the Rivercrest Colts on Tubetown.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Taking a look at the crowd here in Wilson, Arkansas, braving the elements here tonight. Right around 55 degrees here in Wilson.
Got a brisk north wind tonight, too.
Yeah, coming out about 10 miles an hour. There's a kick taken off the ground. The return man sidesteps 2 defenders now at the 40. He dropped the football. Westside there to fall on top of it. And, oh, boy, it is raining here in Wilson tonight for these Rivercrest Colts. Already down 21-0. Thought it looked like a pretty good return here for the Colts. And right here at the end, the return man is going to meet Jacob Brown, and Brown just puts his shoulder pad right across the football in perfect form.
Jacob Brown stuck him and looked like he put his helmet right on the ball, popped it loose, and there were at least 5 Westside Warriors there to recover the fumble. There was no way that they were not getting that fumble.
So now, with a 21-0 lead already on the Colts, Westside rather, going to get it back 22-0. Beg your pardon.
Under a minute left in the first quarter here.
McPherson in the backfield takes the handoff, running to his left, bounces outside at the 35, and will fall forward to about the 36. Now under 40 seconds left. So time to run about one more play here in the first quarter.
Andy, there's no answer for this run game for Westside early on. McPherson got met at the line and just powered his way through and ended up what should have been a negative play. He still ended up with about 3 yards.
What this Westside offense will do to you, just eat away at the yards on the ground. Now under 10 seconds left, last play of the first half. Here's another big run up the middle. Tyler Ray at the 40, the 35-30. Foot race down to the 25-yard line. They'll slide all the way to the 20, but the referee back there to mark it at the 35. That does stop the clock with 1.1 seconds left here in the first quarter. I don't think they got enough time to run another play, but what a run there by Tyler Ray here to end the first quarter. This gets chased down from behind there, but Tyler Ray taking it all the way down to the 25. That should take us into the second quarter, and it is a 22-0 lead for the Westside Warriors over the Rivercrest Colts in this 3-4A conference matchup. The fight for second place is underway. The Warriors on top for now. Back with the second quarter right after this on Tubetown.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton back here with you to start the second quarter in Wilson on the campus of Rivercrest High School. We are at the Tez tonight. It is a cold and rainy night, and right now nobody's feeling it more than the Rivercrest Colts, and their fans are. 22-0 is the score. Westside has come out here out of the gate, and they have come out swinging.
And landing haymakers. Not just swinging, but connecting. I think they have Rivercrest a little shell-shocked here early on.
Rivercrest has ran a total of 16 plays here in tonight's football game through the first quarter. Three and outs for the Colts. Meanwhile, Westside has been scoring, scored their last 2 drives pretty quickly. 4 plays on a scoring drive for McPherson, and the last play, 2 plays is all it took for McPherson to put it into the end zone. Second down now from the 20-yard line. McPherson in the backfield. Garner lined up on the right side as the receiver. Oh, Colts bringing pressure. They jump. Loose ball. Looks like that one just went right by River Engel. I don't know if it was snapped before he was ready for it or what, but thankfully McPherson there to hop on top of it. Third down coming up.
Yeah, it was just a really low snap that got away from Engel, and the ball is just bouncing Westside's way tonight because it just happened to bounce right to Logan McPherson there.
Well, and you can see not only how wet the camera is, but you can see the shine coming off the football down there. Look, they're switching out footballs right now, I assume, because it's wet. So it is.
Yeah, about the only thing that's not wet here tonight is us because we're inside our production trailer.
That is accurate, very accurate. Third and about 12 coming up here. They fake to McPherson. Hedger taking the run to the right, and he will make his way back to the 20-yard line, and we have got fourth down coming up here for Westside. Even just on these 3-4 running plays, only picking up, 1-2 yards, the Warriors have already taken 2 minutes off the clock here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised. I thought we would see Luke Walls come out here for the field goal, but it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field, and of course, why wouldn't you when you've had the success you've had early on running the ball?
Well, and I think from judging the direction of the wind, looks like they'd be kicking into the wind.
That's a good point, Andy. Yeah.
10 miles an hour not going to do your kicker any favors here. So fourth and about 5 coming up. Ball spotted at the 20. Warriors are ready, so are the Colts. Here we go. Pitch out to McPherson, running to his left. He's got the blockers he needs. He's at the 15. Inside to almost the 10. It is going to be close, but we'll see where they spot it. We'll see if he gets it.
They spotted him at about the 12. They're calling first down.
They're calling it a first down.
Wow.
So a 1st and 10 coming up now from the 12-yard line for the Warriors. They don't have to score, just got to get it down inside the 2 for a first and goal situation, but we're going to try to put it in right here, I guarantee you. If they come out and hand it off to Tyler Ray, that's always a good bet any time you're down inside the 15-yard line.
I don't know that there's a wrong bet to play tonight. I mean, all 3 running backs in the backfield have had really good carries so far.
Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 12. McPherson in the backfield. They hand it off to
Ray.
Tyler Ray.
There you go.
Down inside the 10, close to the 5. I think they'll probably spot him at about the 6 or the 7, and it'll be second down coming up. Thanks to Coach Engel for making me look like Nostradamus out here.
It's a called play, Andy, and you called it.
I say go back to him. If it ain't broke,
Why
don't
not?
fix it.
I mean, we call him all day for a reason, right?
Well, we've got Hedger in the books with a touchdown. McPherson's got 2. That's your other tailback.
Yeah, it's time for Ray to get his.
Put one in. Here goes Hedger. He is taken down in the backfield. Good job by Alex Hinklin.
Hinklin's one of the defensive leaders on this team. It's there hasn't been many defensive highlights so far, but that's a great tackle right there to back Westside up a little bit.
They have to get down to the 2-yard line. Make it 1st and goal. Right now, 3rd and about 4 from the 7. Pitch out to McPherson. He bobbled it, but he takes it inside the 5. Did he get in?
I think he's short.
Short of the goal line. 1st and goal coming up. Watch this. McPherson bobbled the pitch there, but able to corral it. Takes it down inside the 5. 1st and goal coming up.
Yeah, it looks like he's at about the half-yard line there from where they spotted the ball. So this may be where you get your Tyler Ray touchdown right here.
Good time to hand it off to your power back.
If you're Rivercrest, I would think you would stack to the middle because you're probably expecting Ray to get the call here.
And that's what they're doing.
Full house backfield again.
Tyler Ray, the up back, Hedger behind him. McPherson standing at his 6.
There it is.
Ray takes the handoff in.
Ball's loose.
Ball is loose. They're going to say that's Colt football. How did Tyler Ray not cross the goal line with that football?
Wow. Must have been a bobbled snap, maybe?
Yeah, Engel lost it right there.
Oh, yeah. Engel got hit. There was penetration there by Cam Turner. Put a hit on Engel and caused him to fumble the snap. And Tyler Ray never got it cleanly. He broke the plane, but he didn't have the ball when he broke it. So that'll bring the ball out to about the 20-yard line.
I saw Engel bobble the snap, but it looked like he had handed it off to Ray, but it appears the ball got knocked loose, taken into the end zone. The Colts recover it for a touchback. They're going to have it now on their own 20-yard line. 7:37 left to play in the first half. A break finally going the way of the Rivercrest Colts.
Weather
Play
plays
action.
another role.
Turner just tosses that one up. Caught at the 35. Now down to the 50. The far side 35. Down the near sideline into the end zone. Jackson Stovall for a one-play 80-yard drive. The Rivercrest Colts on the scoreboard. Just a little wheel out play action, and nobody was on it.
Yeah, there was nobody there on the defense. They had stacked the other side of the line, and when Stovall gets out like that, there's nobody on the field on Westside's team that's going to catch him. The only person that might catch him would be one of his teammates.
One play, 80 yards. It took all of 15 seconds for Stovall to take that one into the end zone. Extra point is up, and it's good. So the Colts striking quickly here in the second quarter, taking advantage of a Westside fumble. They're on the scoreboard 22-7 with 7:22 left to play here in the second quarter.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton back here with you at the Tez. The Rivercrest Colts getting on the scoreboard here with 7:22 left to play in the first half. An 80-yard touchdown pass from Cam Turner to Jackson Stovall. Little play action wheel out. Nobody around Stovall. He's able to sprint down the near sideline and take it in. They did get the extra point. So now they're going to try to come out and get a stop against this Westside Warrior offense. Kind of a questionable stop their last time out. I don't want to say questionable. Obviously, it was a fumble on the play. Very hard to see if Tyler Ray was able to take that into the end zone from our position, but the referee's right down there on it.
Mandated kick there.
Yeah, that one goes out of the back of the end zone. You don't see that happen too often in high school football, but
concession stands down there at the south end zone. They may need someone to come out, quit popping popcorn, come out and get the ball and throw it back. You know, Andy, we don't have any lightning going on here tonight, luckily, but it looks like all the lightning's going to be down on the field with how fast both teams have scored on the last few possessions.
Now, one play for the Colts. We've had a two-play drive here for the Warriors. We've had a four-play drive here for the Warriors.
Be interesting to see what Westside does here because a little bit of momentum has swung over to Rivercrest here. Will they be anxious to see if Westside can rattle off some more big runs to steal the momentum back?
From the 20-yard line, Colts have got 10 guys in the box. They're bringing pressure up the middle. McPherson rolling to his right, and if he doesn't run into Nat Hedger there, he picks up a pretty big gain.
Yeah. Still got positive yardage, but you're probably looking at about a 25, 30-yard gain there if he doesn't slide into Hedger there, his lead blocker.
Second time he's been tripped up on a potential big gain, that time by Hedger, the first time tonight by a referee back in the first quarter. First run of the night for the Warriors, and McPherson nearly took it for 6. Second and about 7 here after the 3-yard pickup. Oh, and McPherson got a little bit
jumped a little
of
bit.
a head start there. Saw him take off out of the backfield before the snap.
Yeah, and it looked like from the way that play was starting to come together, it almost looked like he was going to slide out into a wheel route with River Eagle dropping back to throw the long bomb.
Looked like that might have been better that the penalty flag was thrown because it looked like Colts might have had that one pretty well covered out there in the flats.
Yeah, that may be a blessing in disguise there.
So it'll be second and about 12 now. Eagle comes back out with the play. Colts are bringing pressure up the middle quite a bit here on defense. Watch the way they pack 9 guys into the box. Now they're bringing 10 in as they bring pressure from the edge. Turner drops back into coverage. Now he'll come after McPherson. McPherson sidesteps him. He's at the 25, still on his feet at the 30. Now knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. What a run by Logan McPherson that time. Able to somehow olay himself between 2 defenders right here.
Yeah, and watch how he recovers his balance right here to gain another 10 or 15 yards. I mean, that's not easy to do on a dry surface, much less when you've got such a wet, artificial turf as what we have tonight.
Must have watched that game a couple weeks ago. Has been taking those yoga classes.
There you go. That's it. It's the yoga classes.
1st and 10 coming up here for the Warriors now. A fresh set of downs after that run by McPherson. Garner, the lone wide receiver. Turn and the pitch out to McPherson. Makes a cut at the hash marks. Makes his way to the 35-yard line. It'll be a loss of about a yard.
Yeah, Rivercrest had good containment there, and they were able to bring him down in the backfield for one of the few times tonight where he's not had positive yardage. There you go, Andy. We're switching out footballs again. Whoever's trying to do the job of keeping those footballs dry tonight, they're going to earn their paycheck.
Out there drying it off with a towel. How are you keeping the towel dry?
We're having the same problem with our cameras tonight, too. So
Absolutely. Somebody's got to be bringing him a fresh towel at all times. Chain of command there. 2nd and 11 now. No wide receivers here But they're going to run play action. Engel looking to throw. Takes a shot down the field over the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down coming up. Well, we knew they'd go to play action eventually tonight.
Yeah, I think his receiver falls. Yeah, receiver
right there,
Hedger got tripped up right there. Otherwise, he probably would have been open there where that pass, just about where the pass landed. Mm-hmm. So you could see what happened, but there was several players came together right there, as you saw in the replay, and feet got tangled up and results in an incomplete pass.
It does stop the clock with 5:23 left to play here in the second quarter. Again, 22-7 is the score.
Seems like a fast-moving game, Andy.
It has been a very fast-moving game.
I've probably just jinxed us now, by the way.
Probably so.
That's usually how it goes, right? Yeah, there we go. Timeout.
Right on cue, timeout for the Westside Warriors. Again, 5:23 left to play in the second quarter. First timeout called by the Warriors here in the first half. We'll take one alongside with them. 22-7 is the score. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton coming to you from the Tez. We're back with more right after this on Tubetown.
When we talk about You First Banking, what we're really saying is that we're going to take the banking experience and customize it to meet your needs. Maybe you're that person that's always on the go and you don't have time to come to the bank. We'd love to see you, but we can make it possible with our mobile apps to where you don't ever have to set foot in any of our banks. But maybe you're that person that does like coming to see your favorite teller and you like that face-to-face interaction. We've got 20 locations across the state with a friendly staff that's here for you. Only at First National Bank. You first. Always.
Second quarter action going on here at the Tez. Andy Maness, Marcus Carlton here with you. Westside holding on to a 22-7 lead over the Rivercrest Colts. 3rd and 11 coming up after Westside calls a timeout. Cam Turner showing pressure. Now he'll back off. McPherson takes the handoff after the misdirection, trying to power his way back across the original line of scrimmage, but he is taken down.
Yeah, Andy, I think that was a busted play from the get-go. Looked a little awkward there when Engel made the pitch off to McPherson.
Jackson Stovall there to get the stop for the Colts. So 4th down coming up. McPherson heads back to field this snap to punt it away. See if the Colts bring pressure here, trailing by a couple of scores.
Big stop here for Rivercrest after scoring on their last possession. Now they force Westside into a punt.
Brought a little bit of pressure after that. McPherson puts a pretty good boot on it. It'll bounce out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. It looked like the referee was going to spot it. Actually, they were going to spot it at about the 41. Favorable spot there, it looks like.
Yeah, I would agree.
So 4:34 left to play here in the second quarter. The Colts trying to find the end zone once again. They did it in one play on their last drive after being stopped for 3 and outs the first 3 drives of the night. Turner looking to throw on 1st and 10. Got plenty of time. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. He's only completed 1 pass tonight, but it's the one that counted.
I thought it may have been a receiver ran a wrong route right there because there was nobody in the vicinity of where that ball landed.
Colts will have to kick it away to start the second half, so they'd probably like to hold on to the ball as long as they can here at the end of the second. Four wide receivers, sends a man in motion. It's Travis Smith. There's the option. Smith takes the handoff, got tripped up. It looked like, I don't know if it was Stovall that tripped him up or the defender, but it looked like he literally tripped. Another look here, watch his feet. Yep, got tripped up by his own blocker.
His own guy blocked him.
Jackson Stovall credited on the tackle there. See many tackles on offense.
Andy, a score from our partners over at Suncom Media. They're in another big 4A3 matchup tonight, Pocahontas and Truman. Pocahontas leads 7-0 in the middle of the second quarter.
Play action here on 3rd down. Turner taking a shot. Got a man at the 30. It's off his hands, incomplete. And that was Jarvius Johnson, the intended receiver. Boy, he had to turn around and come back to that football, but had all the opportunity to reel it in.
Yeah, you got to wonder if the wet conditions didn't play a role there again, because it just went right through his hands. Pretty good coverage there by the Westside defender, too. Dylan Russell was right there. He just got turned around a little bit and lost track of the ball.
A quick 4th down coming up here for Rivercrest.
That's a big stop, Andy, for the Westside defense yet again, because Rivercrest had forced Westside to punt for the first time tonight after scoring, and now Westside comes back and forces a 3-and-out.
And McPherson trying to take this one, can't get to it. Just going to fall on top of it. It went off his fingertips, and, man, right there to almost force a turnover. Unnumbered player out here, rather, for the Colts. Got a different jersey on, number 9.
From parts unknown.
From parts unknown. Papa Shango.
Yeah.
So the Warriors will come out just shy of the 25-yard line. It looks like they may spot this one here on the 23. We'll say it's the 24.
I think Westside's going to be content here to, maybe pick up a first down and just see if they can run out the clock and get to halftime with this 22-7 lead, considering they get the ball to start the third quarter.
Come out with no wide receivers. There's the handoff to McPherson running to his right. He is stopped on the far side. Numbers just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll spot him at the 28.
And you can see it there on the camera. I think the rain is starting to intensify a little bit, and with both teams seem to be struggling a little bit with the slick ball or wet hands or a combination of all of the above. It'll be interesting to see how big of a role the weather plays in the second half.
Well, it's something I wanted to talk about a little bit tonight, but I didn't want to put a jinx on the Warriors. Just, they've struggled with fumbling at times.
This is true.
Throughout the year, and I kind of wondered about the rain affecting that tonight. And you saw it on the last drive with Engel not being able to take the snap cleanly. They fumbled twice. McPherson almost coughed one up that he nearly took into the end zone. So both teams struggling a little bit to hold on to the ball. A run by McPherson on 2nd down will bring up 3rd and about 4. Now we're inside 2:30 left to play in the first half.
Andy, this seems like a small detail, but I'm trying to look at the Westside skill players to see how many, if any of them, are wearing like the receiver's gloves. If you've ever put a pair of those on, those things are about as tacky can be. Looks like Tyler Ray has some on, but I can't tell on the rest of the guys in the backfield.
He was the one that I noticed earlier in the game that had gloves on, was Tyler Ray. And here all day
Cam
gets
Turner
blown up in the backfield. Yep, Cam Turner coming out of that safety position is going to bring Tyler Ray down back at the 25-yard line. Watch the way he just comes through the line of scrimmage right there. Blew that play up.
Yeah, safety blitz there coming with, 10 guys in the box, and now Rivercrest is going to call timeout, because it looks like they're going to get the ball back with about 2 minutes left here in the half.
They force a 4th down, and with 2:01 left, as Marcus says, the Colts call a timeout. They have 1 remaining, and we will take a timeout alongside with them. 22-7 is the score. We're back right after this on Tubetown.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Manus and Marcus Carlton back here with you at the Tez. The Rivercrest Colts calling their 2nd time out of the first half. Forced a 4th down for this Westside Warrior offense. And McPherson is standing back inside his own 15 to punt this one away. Gets the snap, nearly blocked. He gets hit.
Is there any flag? Because I can't tell if they got a piece of the ball there or not.
Punt falls at the 45, will roll down to the 50. Still not seeing any laundry out here.
Yeah, he must have tipped the ball, because once you tip the ball, the punter is pretty much fair game at that point. See if we can tell. We can't tell there from our camera angle, and normally we'd be able to look from our vantage point up high above the field, but we may melt if we get out in the elements tonight. So we're standing here inside the production trailer, and making sure that we don't melt or we don't get shocked one way or the other, because I'm no specialist, but I know water and electricity don't mix.
Pretty hot tip there, Doctor. 3 wide receivers. Did you stay at a Holiday Inn last night?
It's possible.
4 wide receivers set here for Cam Turner. It's a screen play. Incomplete. Ball falls to the turf at the 50-yard line. Intended receiver was Jackson Stovall.
Nice job by Rashard Cunningham staying home there on the screen pass. You saw the jailbreak screen. You know, Westside had 4 guys pursuing Cam Turner, and it's awful tempting when there's no offensive line there in front of that quarterback, but Cunningham stayed disciplined and stayed home and was able to break up the pass.
Yeah, I think as a defensive end, anytime you have just a scot-free run to the quarterback, you got to stop and say, hold on. Something's not right here.
Yep.
2nd and 10 coming up. Turner steps up in the pocket. He's going to run with it now. Calling out blockers. He's taken off down the near sideline. He'll step out just shy of the 30. Looks like he'll be spotted at about the 32, but a fresh set of downs coming up here for the Colts with 1:37 left to play.
And that's the threat you have with Cam Turner. He's a true dual threat. You know, about 580 yards passing and 580 yards rushing on the season. You know, watch right here at the very end of this play, because Riley Jones stays very disciplined. He could have easily gotten a block in the back right there on, I believe it's Dylan Russell, but he pulled up just at the last minute. Here we go. Going
Turner
again.
taking a shot downfield in the end zone. And it looked like Dylan Russell had a better chance to catch that than the intended receiver, Travis Smith. Smith pleading for a flag and isn't going to get one up.
There
now,
it is.
There is one back here at the 1-yard line. That one might be on Smith, judging on the position Russell was in when the football landed. Because, again, it looked like Russell had a better chance to catch it.
Yeah, unless, you know, our view got obstructed there briefly for just a second with the beam on the photo deck. It looked like there may have been a bump right before they passed through the area where we can't see. You know, Dylan Russell may have bumped him there to justify the call.
It looked like right before the beam came into our shot there, it looked like Russell kind of with his left arm got a little push off. Might have been a good acting job by Travis Smith, because he hit the turf.
Yeah, he hit the turf.
Smith goes in motion here. They fake the pitch. Turner going to keep it himself, weaving his way through the blockers across the 15 down inside to about the 12. A minute 15 left to play here in the first half. 2nd down coming up.
It seems this Rivercrest offense has gotten out of their shell shock, and they have settled down a little bit and starting to play their game. If you're a Colt fan, you got to be happy to see that.
Well, this is the first drive they've gotten a first down on. Here they're taking a shot to the end zone. Jump ball, incomplete. No flags thrown.
Yeah, I don't think there was any call for a flag there. That was pretty good coverage by, I believe that's Kessler Engel.
Yeah, Engel out there just kind of playing basketball defense. He didn't really go up for it, just put his hands in the air. So 3rd down coming up here. Colts trying to move it down inside the 10-yard line, bring up a goal situation.
And then we got another update from Truman. Truman has taken the lead over Pocahontas 8-7, and they're closing in on halftime just about like we are.
Under a minute to play. Turner trying to find the end zone. Intercept. Dropped by Jared Garner. Garner had a chance to reel that one in for a turnover, but just right off his hands. That's going to bring up 4th down.
You got to figure that if Rivercrest chooses to kick the ball here with the wind at their back, it's going to be a gimme. Their kicker on the year, Riley Jones, he's got a steel boot. This kid, I believe I saw highlights on Twitter a few weeks ago where he kicked, I believe it was a 48-yard field goal. It was right around the 50-yard mark. I don't remember the exact stats, but it was a lot further back than this one, and he didn't have the wind at his back either.
Well, they're bringing out the special teams unit. Kick is up,
yeah, looks good,
and it's through the uprights. So 3 more points on the board here for the Rivercrest Colts. 22-10 is the score after the field goal by Riley Jones. Back with more to end the first half of action right after this on Tubetown.
Tubetown is now available on the Amazon Fire TV and Fire Stick. Watch live events from Tubetown on your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick. Head over to the App Store and search for Tubetown. Once your app is installed, you can watch every live event from Tubetown. Miss our live coverage? Our past events are available on demand. Download the Tubetown app to your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick today. Tubetown, live, local, from Ritter Communications.
Andy Manus and Marcus Carlton back here with you at the Tez. Rivercrest putting 3 more points on the board. A 37-yard field goal from Riley Jones makes his way through the uprights. 22-10 is the score. Colts got to kick it back to the Warriors with 49 seconds left in the quarter and the half. Westside will get it back to start the third quarter.
And I think if you're Westside, you got to mark that down as a victory. You're holding them to 3 there instead of giving up the 7 and giving them all the momentum right here, right before the half.
Short kick, but whistles are blown. This one's going to be blown dead here.
Yeah, I believe we got an illegal procedure on the kickoff against Rivercrest.
Yep, offsides called on the Colts, so they'll back it up 5 yards. Oh, and another flag came flying out at the end of that. Looks like we're going to get one on maybe the coach here.
And we've got another score to pass along. This one out of the 6A in a battle for first place between Searcy and Jonesboro. Searcy trails Jonesboro 24-14 with 9:25 to play. I believe that's in, the second quarter. The battle of first and second place teams in the 6A East.
So it looks like they're going to penalize Coach Fleming here for some words over here on the
Get an unsportsmanlike, Colts, is that what they call it?
Yeah, over here on the Colts sideline. I believe that is the call, as the Colts are now having to kick off from their own 25.
Well, but you got that wind at their back, so it'll probably still be a pretty good kick. And I believe is that Riley Jones kicking off there? I don't know why it would be anyone else when you've got someone on the team with a boot like he has.
Well, we saw him kick it out of the back of the end zone on the last on the last kickoff for the Colts. That could change the game plan up here just a little bit, though.
That's a good point
for Westside. You know, getting the ball back with 49 seconds left at the end of the half, you might just be inclined to take a knee and go into the locker room, but getting the ball back first.
I'm glad I'm not the one making that call, but because with the success that they've had running the ball tonight, why not hand it off and see what happens? But at the same time, like I said, I'm glad that's Coach Engel making that call and not me.
49.6 seconds left to play in the half. Jones kicks it off.
Man, what a boot that kid's got.
McPherson takes it at the 25, now out to the 35. Running back the other way, makes a move at the 45. He's at the 50, still on his feet as he crosses into Colt territory, down at the 43-yard line. Nice return by Logan McPherson, and I talked about it. Look at the game plan options here for the Warriors now that they're inside Colt territory with 41 seconds left. They still got 2 timeouts.
2 timeouts, and you've also got Luke Walls, who's a great kicker of his own, but he's also kicking into a headwind that could affect his range a little bit. Andy, I'll be honest with you, I was looking for a flag there. It looked like one of the Rivercrest players, he went flying, looked like he had gotten blocked in the back, but apparently he just stumbled because there was no flag.
Garner, the lone wide receiver. Engel, Turner showing pressure, and it looked like the Colts actually made the Warriors
Yeah, it'll be interesting
first
to see which way illegal shift on the offense. So that's interesting. I was kind of with you. I kind of thought that might have been a defensive penalty there. But
well, every single play almost. Watch number 1 on defense for the Colts, Cam Turner. He is in the center's grill almost every single play, and it's hard to tell if he's going to bring a blitz or not. You don't know if he's coming. You don't know if he's dropping off into coverage. At that time, it looked like he made the Warriors a little antsy, and they jump early. So 1st and 15 now. There's the handoff to all-day Tyler Ray. He follows his blockers. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, moves the ball down inside the 45-yard line. They'll stop it at the 42. 30 seconds remaining, and Coach Engel going to call the second timeout for the Warriors with 30 seconds remaining. So 22-10 is the score. We'll step aside once more here at the end of the first half. We're back with more second quarter action here on Tubetown.
My name is Kevin Moody. Both my kids do online gaming. They let me know when the internet's down.
I'm Bobby Valentine. I work for Ritter Communication, and I'm a technician level 2.
My services were completely out. They sent Bobby out the next day. He told me that the box was shot.
It was shot.
With a gun. And he had it fixed within a couple hours once he got there. Bobby switched out my modem for me and had me upgraded to a faster speed. And both of my kids have been singing Bobby's praises since.
Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton back here with you in Wilson. Rivercrest Colts and the Westside Warriors going at it here in the second quarter. 30 seconds remaining. Warriors have a 12-point lead over the Colts, 22-10. They've got it 2nd and 8 right now. 1 timeout remaining. Colts also have 1 timeout remaining. There's the handoff to McPherson. He makes his way through the line. Now he'll make a cut inside the 20, the 15, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Westside.
Wow. Well, that's exactly how you want to end the half if you're Westside. About a 33-yard run there, I believe. No, that's a 40-yard run. That's McPherson's second touchdown of the first half from beyond 40 yards. And Andy, once he gets through the initial line, the linebackers in the secondary just cannot seem to contain him tonight. And he's kind of like, forget Hulkamania, we've got McPherson mania tonight running wild all over Rivercrest.
Second 2-play drive that the Warriors have had tonight. And now Walls on to attempt the extra point. Got it up, but it's blocked.
I think I heard a whistle.
Yeah, I heard a whistle too. There's a flag down on the field at the feet of the far side official.
Offsides.
Well, that moves you a yard closer. So
that moves you close enough now to where you go for the 2-point conversion, especially seeing that the wind is coming into your face. And you saw a few players for Westside sprint off the field. They're changing out their set.
They're going to go for 2 to try to make it 30-10 here. Cunningham is in the backfield along with all-day Tyler Ray and Logan McPherson. Colts showing pressure. There's the snap, the handoff to McPherson. Trying to get a little shove from his offensive lineman there, but the Colts are there to bottle him up. The score remains 28-10. 22 seconds left to play here in the first half. We're back with the final 22 seconds right after this on Tubetown. Logan McPherson having himself a night here at Rivercrest. Touchdown rushes of 40, 43, and 58. And the Warriors have a 28-10 lead over the Rivercrest Colts with 22 seconds left to play in the first half.
The quick math tells you that he's at about 130, 140 yards on the night. He came into the game at 900 yards, so he's over 1,000 yards on the season already with a half and 2 more full games to go before you get to the end of the regular season.
Wind going to blow the ball off the tee. We talked about it all night long, how the weather has affected the field conditions and the football out there. You take a look at it there. The rain definitely picking up out there. The wind picking up as well. It was already at about 10 miles an hour. Warriors kicking into a headwind here. Fair catch called for. And the Colts will fall on top of that one, just shy of the 40-yard line.
McPherson is now up to 11 touchdowns on the season with the 3 that he's added tonight. So now he's tied Tyler Ray with 11 for the team lead. Andy, you mentioned the wind picking up. You know, the temperature's dropping, the wind's coming out of the northeast. It's a cold, wet, rainy, messy night. It's just, not ideal conditions that you want to be out in tonight. But it doesn't seem to be phasing Westside that much with the 28-10 lead here right before the half.
Ball's on the ground. Turner picks it up, takes a shot, and it is incomplete. Just just had to get rid of that one quickly as it was kind of botched from the get-go.
Yeah, I think this the wet ball and wet hands are really affecting Turner in his passing game tonight because when we've seen him in the past, especially last year at Osceola, he was a lot more accurate than he is tonight.
And now we've got, looks like Riley Jones in there in the backfield. They're going to run here. Turner is still out there along with Keyshawn Scott.
Yeah, they've got all their weapons out there because I believe Travis Smith is out there as well, number 2. Maybe not. No, I take that back. He was the one that ran off the field.
Well, Smith is back out there now.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Turner with an empty backfield and timeout called by the Colts. Had to burn a timeout as they were getting dangerously close to that play clock ticking down. So trying to avoid a delay of game here. We're going to keep it right here at the Tez with 19 seconds remaining. 28-10 is the score. Colts have no timeouts left. It'd be interesting to see what their strategy is going to be here as they try to march this one down the field with such a short time left. But we have seen them score quickly tonight.
Yeah, we've seen some lightning strikes from both teams in the way of scoring quickly on drives. Andy, you're going into the half. Let's go hypothetical here while we're waiting on this timeout to be over with. If you're going in as Coach Fleming, there you see a good look at the weather that we're battling tonight. That's the sideways rain that Forrest Gump talks about. That's some pretty intense stuff right there.
Yeah, and I almost, I actually almost talked to you about that earlier today, just thinking about getting ready for this game. It's like, rain, we'll be all right in the rain, but if it's that Forrest Gump rain,
yeah,
things are getting a little bit dicey here. So 19 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Turner standing in the pocket, firing one downfield, nearly intercepted by Jared Garner. That's the second time he's been able to get his paws on one tonight. Second time he's almost reeled one in.
Yeah, dry conditions, and that's a pick.
Absolutely, and he had to fight off the receiver on that play as well, and got to credit the receiver on that. I think that was Jackson Stovall down there. He had just as good of a chance to catch that one as Jared Garner did.
Yeah, Stovall kind of turned into a defensive back there and went more for breaking up the pass rather than trying to catch it. Another update from Truman. Pocahontas leads 13-8 over Truman at the half. And we keep going back to that game because it has major playoff implications, just like this game for the 4A3.
Wide receiver screen out to Smith. He'll take it to the 50 and step out of bounds. 7 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
So if you're Rivercrest here, maybe get one more play, and then I think you throw Riley Jones out there and just let him see how far he can kick it, especially with the wind at his back. I'm not sure if Rivercrest, I think do they have a timeout left? I think they may have one.
They've burned all 3 of their timeouts.
Okay.
So
you got to be quick here and get out of bounds.
Takes the snap, takes a shot downfield, and right where our view is obstructed, that couldn't have been placed any more perfectly.
Kind of the story of the night with
Will
the way
he catch
things
it?
have gone. Yeah.
Or won't he? Tune in tonight.
Yeah. We're not quite into November sweeps yet, but that's a November sweeps-worthy tease right there.
So 0.2 seconds remaining.
And I said, you want to let Riley Jones kick it as far as he can, but I don't think you want to try a 60-yard-plus field goal. You're looking at about 67 from right here at the 50 where the ball is.
That was actually the 4th down play for the Colts, so it's a turnover on downs.
So it's a turnover on downs.
Westside football here, 1st and 10 from the 50. We'll see if they
I
run
think you kneel on it.
Or
I wouldn't risk. I mean, I would go conservative here and not risk the fumble. Just have River Eagle kneel it and take it to the half. There you go.
And that's what they do. They take the knee, takes a second one just for good measure, and the two teams will head to the locker room, try to get a little bit warmer and a little bit drier than they are right now. 2 quarters in the books, 2 more left to play. 28-10 is the score. Westside with an 18-point lead over their conference foe, the Rivercrest Colts. We're back with some halftime stats for you right after this on Tubetown.
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have two cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Okay, so finding a heat and air guy has never been easy. But then I got more, and it's a whole new level of customer service. First, they show up on time, and before they arrive, I get a text with a picture of my More technician, like Uber. And my More team never leaves a mess. They treat my home like it's theirs. Google MOHR. That 5-star rating, it's for real.
You deserve more, so visit us online or call us today to schedule an appointment.
So the best thing about You First Banking is that you don't have to change your lifestyle to meet our needs. We change what we have to meet your needs. Whether you're the mom who's busy taking care of kids all day and you really just don't have time to stop in the bank, we have products like our mobile banking app to make things a lot easier for you so you can get things done when you're on the run. Or if what you're looking for is that face-to-face interaction, we have 20 locations across the state with someone there to help. At First National Bank, you first, always.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
When we talk about You First Banking, what we're really saying is that we're going to take the banking experience and customize it to meet your needs. Maybe you're that person that's always on the go and you don't have time to come to the bank. We'd love to see you, but we can make it possible with our mobile apps to where you don't ever have to set foot in any of our banks. But maybe you're that person that does like coming to see your favorite teller and you like that face-to-face interaction. We've got 20 locations across the state with a friendly staff that's here for you. Only at First National Bank. You first. Always.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Tubetown is now available on the Amazon Fire TV and Fire Stick. Watch live events from Tubetown on your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick. Head over to the App Store and search for Tubetown. Once your app is installed, you can watch every live event from Tubetown. Miss our live coverage? Our past events are available on demand. Download the Tubetown app to your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick today. Tubetown, live, local, from Ritter Communications.
My name is Kevin Moody. Both of my kids do online gaming. They let me know when the internet's down.
I'm Bobby Valentine. I work for Ritter Communication, and I'm a technician level 2.
My services were completely out. They sent Bobby out the next day. He told me that the box was shot.
It was shot.
With a gun. He had it fixed within a couple hours once he got there. Bobby switched out my modem for me and had me upgraded to a faster speed. And both of my kids have been singing Bobby's praises since.
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. That makes my day right there.
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Okay, so finding a heat and air guy has never been easy. But then I got more, and it's a whole new level of customer service. First, they show up on time, and before they arrive, I get a text with a picture of my More technician, like Uber. And my More team never leaves a mess. They treat my home like it's theirs. Google MOHR. That 5-star rating, it's for real.
You deserve more, so visit us online or call us today to schedule an appointment.
Andy Matus and Marcus Carlton welcome you back to the Tez here on the campus of Rivercrest High School. 28-10 is your score. The Westside Warriors leading this one after the first 2 quarters. A good game so far tonight for this Westside Warrior offense, just running all over the place. Logan McPherson leading the way.
Yeah, you would, you expect him to have a good game, but you didn't expect him to have close to 200 yards going into the halftime with 3 scores. And Westside came out, set the tone early in this game, got a big score early on to go up 7-0. And honestly, Andy, they've not looked back since.
That was a 47-yard rush by Nat Hedger to kick things off tonight for the Westside Warriors. That put the score at 7-0, and then it was 15-0 after a 40-yard dash by McPherson into the end zone. Had to go for 2 kind of on an unplanned play there. They were going for an extra point and botched the hold, and so McPherson's able to scoot into the end zone for an unplanned 2 points there, and then they would break it even further open. It would be 22-0 after Logan McPherson would score on a 2-play 65-yard drive. He'd take it 58 yards for the score. Again, 22-0 there. It looked like things were going to continue to go the Warriors' way. They forced a fumble on a Rivercrest kickoff return, took it all the way down to the 1-yard line, and then fumbled it. Gave it back to the Colts. The Colts would score in 1 play thanks to Cam Turner dishing it out to Jackson Stovall. An 80-yard pass that put the Colts on the board. 22-7 was the score headed into the second quarter, and it would be 22-10 after the Colts' Riley Jones was able to put one through the uprights from 37 yards out. And was, well, sorry, I forgot about this one. We thought that would do it, and then McPherson comes back out and scores in 2 more plays. And that puts the score at 28-10. So, there's your score and rundown for the first
some other
2
scores
quarters.
from around the area. Andy, we got a lot of important games tonight when it comes to playoff implications. We're closing in on November. It's almost playoff time, but looking around Northeast Arkansas, Batesville leads Blytheville at the half, 19-14. Jonesboro, big 6A matchup tonight, Jonesboro and Searcy. Searcy's undefeated in conference. Jonesboro's sitting in second place. Jonesboro leads Searcy, closing in on halftime now, 30-21. Not a defensive battle in Searcy tonight by any means. Hoxie, no trouble with Manila tonight, up 49-0 in the second quarter. Pocahontas leads Truman, another big 4A3 matchup with some major playoff implications. Westside still has Truman left on the schedule. You know, they lost that heartbreaker to Pocahontas a couple weeks back, and there's a log jam. You've got Gosnell sitting on top of the 4A. You've got Rivercrest and Westside tied for second, and then there's a log jam of about 4 teams right after that, including both of these teams, Pocahontas and Truman. Pocahontas leads Truman at the half, 13-8. Nettleton and Forest City, a 5A East matchup. They're tied at the half at 14. Valley View continues to roll. The Blazers are doing Blazer things tonight. They're up 27-0 at the half over Greene County Tech. Looks like, barring some kind of catastrophe, the Blazers will stay undefeated on the year. Wynn having no trouble with Paragould tonight, up 21-0 at the half. Another big 4A game here. Gosnell, barring a catastrophe of their own, they'll stay undefeated. They're up 30-8 at the half over Highland. Harrisburg leads Walnut Ridge, up 14-6 at the half. And EPC all over Cross County tonight at the half, 30-0. So, I mean, you've got a lot of big games going on. I'm going to keep an eye on that Jonesboro-Searcy game because that's a big one. Also, our partners over at Suncom Media have the Pocahontas-Truman game, which is also at the half right now. That's that one, and also the Gosnell game, which looks like Gosnell's not having any trouble tonight, so they're going to move on to 5-0 in conference play. Looking like they'll continue to have a 2-game lead over whoever comes out of this one tonight. It's looking good for Westside right now, but we're only halfway through, so a lot can happen here in the second half.
Yeah, the weather making for a lot of interesting scores around Northeast Arkansas tonight. As Marcus mentioned, we're going to keep an eye on all of those for you. We will relay those to you as we get them in. Again, 28-10 is your score after the first 2 quarters. See the Westside Warriors in the background there making their way back out onto the field in the rain. We're going to step aside for one more quick break. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter of action for you right here on Tubetown.
So the best thing about You First Banking is that you don't have to change your lifestyle to meet our needs. We change what we have to meet your needs. Whether you're the mom who's busy taking care of kids all day and you really just don't have time to stop in the bank, we have products like our mobile banking app to make things a lot easier for you so you can get things done when you're on the run. Or if what you're looking for is that face-to-face interaction, We have 20 locations across the state with someone there to help. At First National Bank, you first, always.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
When we talk about You First Banking, what we're really saying is that we're going to take the banking experience and customize it to meet your needs. Maybe you're that person that's always on the go and you don't have time to come to the bank. We'd love to see you, but we can make it possible with our mobile apps to where you don't ever have to set foot in any of our banks. But maybe you're that person that does like coming to see your favorite teller and you like that face-to-face interaction. We've got 20 locations across the state with a friendly staff that's here for you. Only at First National Bank. You first. Always.
Our dog got hit by a car. My wife and children were very upset about losing Buddy. While I was burying the dog, I cut the cable line.
Being a dog owner myself, it's hard losing a pet. So it's very important for us to get their services restored.
There's a winter storm hitting right now. It was a Friday night. You showed up and the very next morning in some pretty terrible conditions and fixed us up.
That's what we try to do here at Ritter in a bad situation, try to make it better.
Tubetown is now available on the Amazon Fire TV and Fire Stick. Watch live events from Tubetown on your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick. Head over to the App Store and search for Tubetown. Once your app is installed, you can watch every live event from Tubetown. Miss our live coverage? Our past events are available on demand. Download the Tubetown app to your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick today. Tubetown, live, local, from Ritter Communications.
My name is Kevin Moody. Both of my kids do online gaming. They let me know when the internet's down.
I'm Bobby Valentine. I work for Ritter Communication, and I'm a technician level 2.
My services were completely out. They sent Bobby out the next day. He told me that the box was shot.
It was shot.
With a gun. He had it fixed within a couple hours once he got there. Bobby switched out my modem for me and had me upgraded to a faster speed. And both of my kids have been singing Bobby's praises since.
My name is Donna Ann Lucy. I am from Caraway, Arkansas. I had been having trouble with my internet.
You got a lot of important things that you do from the internet, and you don't want to miss anything.
I usually use it to book rooms to watch my granddaughter play basketball. They had someone out that day, and it was back up within 20 minutes.
And it makes me feel so good to go there and take care of it, you know, and see the smile on her face, man. that makes my day right there.
Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton, welcome you back to the Tez, where we are underway with the third quarter. Logan McPherson taking the second half opening kick back just shy of the 35-yard line. The Westside Warriors coming out on offense to start the third quarter on their own 34-yard line. A dominant first half performance by this Westside Warrior football team, especially on the ground. Logan McPherson with 3 scores to his name already and well over 150 rushing.
Yeah, just another day at the office for McPherson with the numbers he put up there in the first half.
See if they continue to hand it off to the workhorse here in the rain tonight in Wilson. Back to McPherson across the 35. Tackle just shy of the 40. Great tackle there in space by Riley Jones.
Just another good run to the outside there. They've been working that left side all night, and it's been successful for them.
He had 3 red jerseys on his tail as he came out of the backfield there. They were able to penetrate through the line of scrimmage, but they were not able to catch up to McPherson. As you take a look at Logan Gray coming off the field there, it looked like he was kind of holding on to that right shoulder just a little bit.
Yeah, kind of favoring that shoulder a little bit. It'd be interesting to see if he comes back. He's a big key to the defense there for Rivercrest.
2nd and 6, Turner showing blitz. Now he'll back off. They hand off to McPherson right up the middle. Sidesteps one defender, following his blocker across midfield. 50, taken down just shy of the 45-yard line. A fresh set of downs coming up for Westside.
McPherson with another big run there. Runs over a couple Colts in the process here that you'll see right here towards the end of the run. Carried another one on his back, and he's adding to that 9.1 yards per carry average.
Colts are not the only thing he's running over. Go back to the first play of the game for Westside on offense. He ran over the referee. The referee, the touchdown-saving tackle for the man in black and white. McPherson again on 1st and 10. Tripped up, lost the football. Referee is right there on top of it, and Cam Turner comes up with it for the Rivercrest Colts. We talked about it in the first half, whether or not the rain would play a factor in turnovers, and you see it right there, just slips out before McPherson is on the ground. He's looking at his hands like, golly, I cannot believe I just let that go.
Well, and Andy, you know, this is a small detail we pointed out right before the half, but McPherson is one of the offensive players for Westside not wearing the sticky gloves tonight, so that could have played a part in him losing control of the ball there, and it's just a shade before he hit the ground. I mean, it just a second too soon.
Here's Smith on 1st and 10 from the sweep.
Nice
a great
tackle
in the backfield. Great job by Westside. That's Jared Garner getting in the backfield and taking down Travis Smith. Smith getting up a little bit slow. Hopefully he's all right.
That's great pursuit there by Garner because it looked like Smith was just about to break that open. You see him chase it down here. Here comes Garner and just cuts him down behind the line of scrimmage and a tackle for loss.
And Garner plays safety, so he had a long way to run to track that one down.
A lot of territory to cover.
It'll be Scott going in motion this time, but Turner keeps it on the option. Bounces out of bounds at the 45-yard line and gets smoked out of bounds by McPherson, who is looks like he's about to lose his nameplate there on the back of his jersey.
Yeah, I almost think that Turner made a last-minute decision to hang on to the ball there because it looked like the play was originally supposed to be a handoff, and Westside had great penetration there on D and was going to stop that for yet another loss, and Turner made the decision to hang on to the ball.
Yeah, Scott was wrapped up as soon as the transaction got ready to occur.
Turner may be regretting his decision with that pop he took from McPherson there.
Yeah, popped out of bounds there. 4 wide receivers on 3rd down. Turner looking to throw. Going through his motions. Got Scott at the 45-yard line. Little shovel pass will move the chains on 3rd down for the Colts. And that was a nice little improv play there by Cam Turner. He had to roll out to his right. Watch him go left, going across through his progressions. Nobody, and then right there, Scott breaks free.
Well, the defensive player had a decision to make there. Do you pursue the quarterback or do you fall back and cover the receiver?
Turner takes the snap. He'll hand it off. No, he keeps it himself. Across the 35. Tried to make a cut and got hit right there at the end by Rashard Cunningham.
This is what you have to watch with Turner because, especially on a night like tonight, he's got the wheels that he could become a threat on the ground just as easily as he has been through the air.
Yeah, if he gets out into open space, he knows how to make defenders miss. And you hit the nail on the head. He's definitely got jets as well. I'm very impressed with how he's moving around the pocket, though, especially on that last passing play. You saw him work through his progressions.
Yeah,
from
didn't
left
seem to lose
right.
his cool at all.
Always kept his eyes downfield. Play action here. Got a man at the 30. Now the 25-20 gets pushed out of bounds, actually just shy of that 20-yard line. And
I believe it was Hinklin.
Alec Hinklin on the reception there.
Nice little exposure of the defense there. They pursued in on Turner and left Hinklin wide open in the flat and turned it into a big gain, moved the chains yet again, and this Rivercrest offense has come out here in the third quarter, moving the ball probably better than they have all night, Andy.
This is the longest drive of the night for the Colts. This is the 6th play coming up, if that tells you anything. There's the handoff running to the right. That's Stovall on the carry. He'll move it out to the 20-yard line. Second down coming up. Yeah, you go back to the first 3 drives of the night for Rivercrest. They were all 3 and outs. Then they were able to score on 1 play and kind of got some momentum rolling on their offense after that. But here on this drive, they are certainly seeming like they're well-oiled coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, they've got a lot of momentum here. They recover the fumble from McPherson, and they're moving it right down the field. If you score here, you got to think that old Uncle Mo has moved over to the Colts sideline.
Thrown out to the flats, bobbled. Oh, had a chance to pick that one off, did Jared Garner. He's had his shot at 3 of them tonight. I would not be surprised.
So is that a fumble or incomplete pass?
The far sideline referee looks like he's ruling it a fumble. Was that a backward pass?
I didn't see where the receiver was to start the play, but it was very close if it was not backwards. He's motioning Westside football. How about that by Westside to stay alert enough to stay on the ball and play it until the whistle blows? You'll see here he's behind the quarterback, Andy. And he just never really had control of it, but since he was behind the quarterback when the pass was made, it's a backward pass, so that qualifies as a fumble.
And no referee ever motioned that the play was dead or anything like that. So
I didn't get the defensive player for Westside who recovered it, but kudos to that young man for staying alert and playing the ball until he hears the whistle.
So Westside catching a break here, getting the ball back. Now they've got it inside their own 20-yard line. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted at the 17. Look at the pressure the Colts are bringing here on first and 10. McPherson breaks free at the 25. No, he gets tripped up. Boy, if he had broke that tackle, he would have taken that to the end zone, no doubt.
Yeah, he almost did anyway. Apparently those yoga classes are paying off because he broke through right there. I think if it's a dry surface, Andy, he probably recovers from that.
Nice run on first and 10 for McPherson. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line.
Look at the pressure here. You've got 10 guys in the box, and then you've got, I believe is that Cam Turner over there on the whiteout?
No, that is out there. Jalen
I couldn't see
West,
the number.
The defensive back out there.
Andy, we got to send a couple shout-outs real quick to our camera guys for tonight. Richard Bressler, Nathan Taylor. Those guys are bringing the elements up on top of the press box tonight. They're soaking wet. It's cold, rainy. We've battled camera issues because we had a camera get too wet, and we had to call an audible and rearrange some cameras. So kudos to those guys for their hard work and dedication tonight to help us bring you this ball game.
No doubt about it. And still, even in the elements, doing an excellent job up there on camera. 2nd and 8 coming up. Colts with 10 in the box. McPherson trying to find a hole to run through. Crosses the 30. He'll get tripped up just shy of the 35 and somehow was able to come out of the backfield there, picking up 4 yards.
Makes it 3rd and manageable here with the clock rolling, approaching the 6:45 mark here in the 3rd. You know, if you're Westside, I mean, obviously you want more points on the board, but it's just as big an ally to keep that clock rolling.
Especially in the elements like it is tonight.
Absolutely.
You've already turned the ball over twice.
And they'll have the wind at their back going into the 4th quarter here, Andy. That could play a big role because that means that Rivercrest will be going into the wind, and with them trying to have their passing offense, it could cause some havoc.
How do you wind up getting the ball first, getting the ball first in the second half and with favorable field position. That does not happen very often.
Just your night.
McPherson out of the backfield, taken down. Great job by Omar Phillips, the junior for Rivercrest, getting in the backfield and tackling McPherson for a loss. He just
busted through the
line.
line.
Got his hands on McPherson and took him down.
You got to wonder, Andy, if McPherson's maybe starting to show a little bit of fatigue. I mean, he's had a lot of carries tonight, and not only have he had a lot of carries, but he's had a lot of long carries as well. And no matter how good a shape you in, eventually we all fatigue.
It might be time to start spelling him with a little bit of all-day Tyler Ray. High snap taken by McPherson. He gets a foot on it. Here's Smith on the return, gets knocked out of bounds just shy of the 45-yard line. And now the Colts will come back out and try to put more points up on the scoreboard. Had a good little drive going before they turned it over.
Yeah, the fumble there at the end of that drive. You know, it'd be interesting to see they had opened up their passing game a little more and trying to take advantage of the wind being at their back. Nothing deep, but just little dump passes here and there. Be interesting to see if they go back to that or actually what they do, because you want to try to use the wind to your advantage here with it gusting up to, we looked at halftime, it's up to like 35-mile-an-hour gusts. So you want to try to use that to your advantage if you can at all. It looks like we got an unsportsmanlike penalty on Rivercrest. That's big, Andy, because that adds another 15 yards onto what would have been really good field position for Rivercrest to start this drive close to midfield, and now they're back up to about the 32.
It'll be interesting to see who they called that on, too. I think this is the second one, and we've had
They had one on the coaching staff earlier.
And had one on Coach Fleming, it looked like, or one of the coaches down there.
We gave it to Coach Fleming, whether it was him or not. You know, one of the I guess that's one of the downsides of being the head man.
Absolutely, yeah. You're gonna take the fall for that one. 4 wide receivers set here for the Colts. They're ready to run the play.
Andy, the rain is picked up. I can hear it hitting the top of the trailer.
Here's a handoff to Stovall, running to his left, gets a stiff arm on the defender. Taken down at the 35-yard line. Nice tackle out there by Jared Garner. Second time we've seen him get over there and close off that edge.
Yeah, nice takedown here. You know, good pursuit. Pushes him to the outside. Good stiff arm there before he gets taken down, but Garner was not getting past Garner on that one. He wrapped him up and put him to the turf.
And again, you know, we talk about him coming from that safety position. He had to run 12 yards to make that tackle.
Right.
Like, I mean, he came a pretty long ways with a full head of steam running into Stovall. And Stovall's already shown a little bit of his strength tonight, so we know he can be a little tough to take him down. Here's Omar Phillips in motion. Now he's in the backfield with Turner. Turner pitches it to Phillips. Phillips at the 35. Now at the 40, tripped up by McPherson. Make much of an effort to get out of the way of McPherson there, but he does pick up enough yards to move, I believe, the chains for a 1st and 10. Has to get out to the 42.
Well, 3rd and 1, according to the PA announcer here.
Yep, just shy of it.
Yep. Where he went down, he ended up on the 42, but where he actually made first contact with the ground, he's a yard shy. Oh, fumble.
Yep, Turner lost that. It looked like it was play action, and then as he got ready to toss it out to the flats to Keyshawn Scott, he lost the handle on it, just has to fall on it. So now 4th down coming up.
Big decision here for the Colts. Are they going to punt or are they going to go for it? Looks like Cam Turner's walking off the field, so they may be choosing to punt and play field position here. The clock continues to roll, Andy. We're approaching the 3.5-minute mark here in the 3rd. That's a big stop right there for the Westside defense.
Well, I think the Colts maybe just trying to show a little faith in their defense. They forced a fumble and a punt their last 2 times out, so they get a good foot on this one. McPherson with the fair catch, taken inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that's the wise move right there with the way things are tonight. And you know, you've seen a couple fumbles here and there, and McPherson had one just completely fall out of his hands, or not a punt, but you know, a run where it just the wet ball and wet hands got to him. I think that's the safe play there. You take it and run your offense and see if you can't run this clock out for the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, even on the fair catch, you saw it almost kind of squirt out of his arms there. So that ball is a little bit tough to hang on.
I don't envy these guys at all tonight of trying to hang on to this ball.
Not at all. Ball spotted on the 22-yard line of Westside. Here come the Warriors. Garner, the lone wide receiver. Pearson in the backfield. He takes the pitch out to the left. Got blockers at the 25. Makes a cut at the 30. Down the near sideline. Taken out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line. Nice run on 1st and 10 by McPherson. Going to move the chains.
Very close here at the end of this. Let's see. Stovall gets him just barely in bounds. Almost looked like in real time it could have been a late hit, but he made contact with him before he went out of bounds, and that's the advantage we have on replay. So kudos to the officials for not throwing the flag there because it was not warranted.
1st and 10 now at the 34-yard line. And with 3:12 left to play here in the third quarter, it looks like we have a timeout. I'm trying to see what the call is from the referee. He blew his whistle. And now he's over here having some conversation with the Rivercrest sideline here. We got a sideline warning here?
I'm not sure. He's not given the motion for a sideline warning that I'm familiar with. He's saying maybe the clock should be running rather than stopped. I'm not sure what they're looking for there. We're trying to get a fresh ball, maybe. I saw someone come out in gear, and it looked like they had their arms wrapped maybe around a ball, or maybe he's just really cold.
Yeah, it looks like he's just really cold.
He may just be cold.
Still trying to figure out what the delay is. Both teams out on the field ready to run a play. And now the referees are ready. I guess whatever the situation was, it got handled. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Coming up here for Westside. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. 3:12 remaining in the third quarter. Colts bringing pressure. McPherson breaks one off at the 40, the 45, 50. He's headed to the end zone. Logan McPherson with his 4th score of the night.
Unbelievable, Andy. I mean, this is the second game in a row where we've seen Logan McPherson break multiple long touchdowns off. He gets out here. That's the one disadvantage of putting so many guys in the box, because if he breaks the initial containment, there's no safety valve back there to stop him.
60-yard touchdown dash for Logan McPherson. Again, his 4th score of the night. All 4 of them come from distances of 40 yards or more. Extra point on the way, and it is no good. So the score will remain 34-10. But again, another big run by Logan McPherson. This Westside Warrior offense continues to roll over the Rivercrest Colts. 3 minutes left to play in the third. We're back with more action from the Tez right after this on Tubetown. Take a look at this 60-yard touchdown rush here. Actually, you know what? That's 65 yards coming from Logan McPherson out of the backfield. Well, he broke that one free, and nobody even came close to bringing him down once he hit the second level. And we've got a Colt player who is now down back here at the 10-yard line.
We must have had a pretty hard collision there on the extra point attempt. I can't see a number on the Colt player. But he looks to be okay. Good deal. Oh, that's their kicker.
That's Riley Jones.
That's Riley Jones, and he comes up hobbling, not putting any weight on that right foot, and
it's not what you want from your kicker at all.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're a Colt fan.
Again, Westside scoring. A rainy night here in Wilson.
Andy McPherson, 4 touchdowns. He's got a 65, a couple from 40, and a 58. Is that correct? I believe that's right.
Correct. I've got 60, 43, 58, and 40.
That's a pretty good day's work right there, and we've still got, basically, 3 minutes left here in the third and another whole quarter? Unbelievable.
Riley Jones making his way over to the bench. We're going to take a look at him. Westside ready to.
I didn't see what happened there, Andy. I'm going to assume maybe somebody fell on his ankle and twisted it the way he was hobbling off. It seemed to be, an issue with an ankle, because he was definitely not putting any weight on that right foot.
And yet again, the wind will blow the ball off the tee here.
So, Andy, just in touchdown runs alone, McPherson's got 206 yards unofficially, and that's just on the 4 touchdowns. So, I mean, he's got to be around the 250 mark for the game, because he's had some other big runs that didn't result in scores.
Short kick taken right at the 40-yard line. And now the Colts will come out on offense trailing by 24. They have given up 3 unanswered touchdowns here.
Got to give a lot of credit to this Westside team tonight. They came in coming off, they outscored Cave City. Too much multitasking. They outscored Cave City 36-7 last week in the second half, and it seems like this offense has not slowed down since.
Chiefs really struggling without Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have been on a roll, no doubt. 1st and 10 here for the Colts. Turner rolling out of the pocket, turns, and look who's in the area once again.
Wow.
Jared Garner.
Garner has got his hands on at least 4 different balls tonight that could have been interceptions, but he gets the pass break up here. That one's a little bit out of his range there, but still another deflection.
Well, even right there rolling out, still a good pass from Turner.
Sure.
Still gave his receiver a chance to haul that one in.
Yeah.
Just a bit too tall for Keyshawn Scott. And that does bring up 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line of Rivercrest. They have not scored since that 37-yard kick from Riley Jones. Hopefully, again, he is all right, as we saw him walk off a minute ago. Scott goes in motion. It looked like the play was busted there. They throw that one forward. Ball is going to be ruled an incomplete pass. But, yeah, Turner looked like he turned and didn't know which direction the tailback was going to be coming out of the backfield. The play obviously designed to go to Scott there on the sweep. But, see, Turner turned to the left. The tailback ran to the right.
Yeah, and you saw right there before we took the replay a little discussion between Cam Turner and Omar Phillips. Obviously some miscommunication on that play call there.
Phillips in the backfield there, number 7. 3 wide receivers stacked up on the near side, 1 on the far side. 3rd down for the Colts. Turner had to pick that one up off the turf, taking a shot down the near sideline. Scott had to come back to get it, but he hauls it in at the 40, and a fresh set of downs coming up here for the Rivercrest Colts. Well-designed play there on 3rd down.
Yeah, and it looks like busted coverage on the defense, because almost the entire Westside defense was on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, the closest defender was Dylan Russell. It looked like he was 10 yards away.
Yeah. Russell may have saved a touchdown there with his tackle.
Yeah, there was nobody over there by Keyshawn Scott, and he has got some speed. 2:30 left to play. Turner had to pick that one up again. Ball thrown out to Scott, and Scott just falls on top of it as it's incomplete.
I believe they ruled that a trap. But it was forward, so.
So Turner, back-to-back plays, has to pick it up off the grass.
Andy, we mentioned a few seconds ago about outscoring I keep wanting to call them Kansas City for some reason. Cave City, 36-7 in the second half last week. If you take that plus what they've done tonight, they've outscored their opponents in the last 2, 4, almost 5 quarters, 70-17.
Wow. Well, we talked about it earlier in the year, how this team looks when everybody's healthy, and tonight everybody's healthy. Last week everybody was healthy. Hopefully it'll stay that way as we get down here towards the end of the year. Flag is thrown out on the far sideline. They're pointing towards the Warriors, so this one looks like it's going to be marched forward. See the call. Offsides. So the Colts gifted with a free play there. 2:19 left to play.
The previous play, you can see smart play there just to fall on the ball, considering they had the fumble on the previous possession on a very similar play. Is just that the receiver happened to be a couple steps in front of the quarterback this time around.
So now 2nd and 5. 4 wide receivers for Turner. Takes a snap. He's looking to throw.
He's got a receiver.
Surveying options. Still in the backfield. Takes a shot. Got a man at the 25. Lost it out of bounds. They're going to say that he hauled it in for a catch and then lost it. So
lucky break there for Rivercrest because that could have easily been ruled incomplete.
Take a look here. Again, Turner with plenty of time, and then finally somebody comes open here. Great job getting it to him. Yep, 1-2 steps.
Yeah.
Looked like he lost it as he was tucking it in there. So
I think even NFL would call that a catch.
Oh, now the head official coming over here.
He may overturn the call here.
Oh, and actually it looks like we may have a player down here on the Colts sideline. If they're trying to stretch out a cramp or something along those lines.
And I'd be surprised if anyone had a cramp tonight as cold as it is outside. I guess you can get them in the cold as much as you can the heat.
You start to get a little stiff.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
You try to explode off of that. And
that looks like what we have. Jalen West. He may have got rolled up on the play because I don't think he was on the field for that last play.
It looked like nobody was set there for the Colts ready to run that play.
I think we got a timeout.
I think so.
Yeah.
Timeout's called by Rivercrest. They'll put a little bit of time back on the clock, and we will take a timeout with them. 34-10 is the score. Colts got a little bit of momentum on their side right now. They're going to try to keep it going. We'll be right back right after this on Tubetown.
I'm James Finley, and I'm from Jasper, Arkansas. We came in to have my mother's service turned on, and she needed to pick a plan. They were patient, answered every question, and there were a lot of questions.
We just took our time with her and wanted to make sure she had everything she needed.
You could see that they genuinely cared about my mother.
I don't want to go into a store and be treated like just another number. That's not how we roll in Jasper. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton, welcome you back to the Tez. Rivercrest trailing Westside 34-10. 2:05 left to play here in the third quarter. It is Rivercrest football right now. They've got it 1st and 10.
And the rain continues to intensify because it's getting louder on the roof of our trailer.
Omar Phillips taking the run to the left there, and now you can see it looks like maybe he didn't run the right play. He's looking over at the sideline like, I don't know if I ran the right play or not.
Yeah, I believe that's Tyler Ray with the tackle. Yeah.
Showing a little bit of frustration there. He was not.
There you go.
He does not look happy out there.
Stop for no gain there by Ray and the Westside defense. Minute and a half left here in the third, Andy. Time is beginning to become an enemy of Rivercrest.
Pass caught, taken down just shy of the 20-yard line. Third down coming up now after that reception. Looks like about 5 yards left to go. 2 backs in the backfield. A new look here for the Colts. Little dump out pass, and once again, Jared Garner fingertips away from coming down with a pick.
The odds say eventually he's going to hang on to one of those and take it the other way. Nice play here by Garner. If he's a half an inch taller, he catches that.
Right off of his fingertips. Boy, he's going to be excited if he hauls one in tonight because he has had 5 chances now at getting an interception. 4th down coming up here for the Colts. Under a minute left to play in the third quarter. Colts come out with 4 wide receivers. Phillips is in the backfield. Turner takes the snap, looking to throw. Got a block. He'll step up now. Facing pressure. Going to be brought down. Johnson there to wrap him up. Can't take him down, but his forward progress is stopped. And it will be a turnover on downs. Westside's offense coming out to take the field.
Nice blitz block pickup here by Omar Phillips there. But nobody downfield open for Rivercrest and Cam Turner. And the Westside defense, secondary, and then the defensive line coming in to get the sack. That's an interesting decision there by Coach Fleming and Rivercrest to not put points on the board, especially when you're going to have the wind working against you in the fourth quarter. Of course, it's easy for us to sit back and kind of second-guess it here in the trailer, but I would have thought that they would have chosen to put 3 on the board and make it a 3-touchdown deficit.
Instead, gives the ball back to Westside. 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter. 1st and 10, a run.
Hedger?
Well, that was McPherson once again.
Was it? Okay. Didn't get a good look at the number.
He'll move it out to the 30-yard line. Pick up a 5. So 2nd and 5 coming up.
That should probably take us to the end of the quarter. I don't think they'll rush up to run another play.
No, they will let the clock run out here in the third. So 3 quarters in the books, 1 left to play. Westside Warriors have a 34-10 lead over the Rivercrest Colts in this pivotal 3-4A conference matchup. We're back with the fourth quarter of action right after this on Tubetown.
My name is Raynessa Chandler. I am currently the manager of technical support for Ritter Communications. Ritter is like family in more ways than one. My aunt retired after 33 and a half years here, and currently I have 2 cousins that work at Ritter. We have a variety of talented individuals. They motivate us and encourage us to do the right thing. We're grateful for the opportunity to work at a place such as Ritter and to be able to help others, because that's what it's all about, serving others.
Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton back here with you. The campus of Rivercrest High School. The Colts currently trailing the Westside Warriors 34-10. It's Warrior football on their own 30-yard line. Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton here with you. And we remind you to download the Tubetown app on the Amazon Fire Stick. You can now take Tubetown with you wherever you go. Just be sure to search for Tubetown in the Amazon App Store, and you can download us there. It's a great little tool to make sure you can keep up with everything going on in the community. Of course, your Westside Warriors.
Andy, we're keeping an eye on a couple other games. Pocahontas now leads Truman 20-8 late in the third quarter.
2nd and 5 back here in Wilson. Here's the handoff to McPherson. McPherson breaking one free again at the 50. Cuts back at the middle of the field. At the 40, the 35, taken down just shy of the 30-yard line. Another big run by Logan McPherson. Look at him. He is gassed out there.
Get that man some oxygen. Look at this. Not only using his blockers here, but the cutback right here, goes in right behind Hedger and cuts back on the defense. I mean, the man's got to be approaching 300 yards, Andy. I mean, it's just an epic performance tonight in awful conditions on the field. But it hasn't hampered McPherson one bit. I mean, he's got to be approaching the 300-yard mark.
I would almost bet money with that last run he's over.
He's got to be.
Power I formation.
See Westside kind of taking their time before they run this play.
Here's a handoff to all-day Tyler Ray. Rumbles forward for a gain of about 4. 2nd and 6 now coming up. Yeah, I would imagine we're getting close to seeing the end of Logan McPherson's night, with Westside leading by 24. We are about almost 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here.
You know what, though? When you're having the kind of night McPherson's having, I don't think you want to come out. He may be fighting to stay on the field just to see how many yards he can get.
Going to get some more right here.
First down.
Makes it out to the 25, and that should be enough to move the chains. It might be a yard shy of that first down marker. So it'll be 2nd and inches coming up here. They are indeed taking their time getting these plays off. This is going to be one of those situations where you see the Warriors milk the clock down as far as they can milk it.
Use every bit of that new 40-second play clock this year.
This is actually the third down play. McPherson's going to take it again, though, and now they'll move the chains for a fresh set. So third down rush moves the chains further into Colt territory, and that's the last thing Rivercrest wants, is to surrender another touchdown on the ground.
Yeah, and the clock keeps rolling, and you start putting the math together on it, and the hill just gets a little bigger for Rivercrest to climb if they're going to try to get out of this. But it's been all Westside from the opening kickoff tonight.
McPherson bounces out to the left, follows his blockers past the 20-yard line. And the first down run will pick up about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up now for Westside.
The dagger has not already been thrown. You got to believe that another score here would be the dagger to the heart of the Colts and put this one just completely out of reach.
Well, the clock is their enemy, and
yeah, the clock is as big of a factor as the 24-point
right
deficit. I mean, the clock continues to run like it's Logan McPherson. So
2nd and 6 coming up. Diamond formation with 2 backs in the backfield. Ray, the up back, will take the handoff and rumble forward for maybe 1-2 yards. Looks like he brought it down inside the 20 at least. Yeah, the Warriors can take off about a minute of game clock almost every single play, it seems. Every single down.
You got to figure they're going to get 39 seconds at least, if they're running the play clock down to 1 second before River Eagle snaps the ball. So, Andy, we got a final from Northeast Arkansas tonight. Valley View stays unbeaten. They put it on Greene County Tech tonight, 39-0.
Big win for the Blazers. 3rd and 8. McPherson bounces to his left, makes his way through the line of scrimmage to the 15. He'll roll down
got a flag.
to about the 12.
Probably coming back. That's thrown in the area of a hold.
And that is back down at about the 23-yard line, and it is going to be a hold on the Warriors. Well, let's just extend that possession clock a little bit further. But
yeah, I don't know that really hurts Westside. I mean, you never want a penalty, but in this case, with having the clock on your side, I mean, you back up, and with the success you've had on the ground tonight, you just back up and run some more clock, and maybe try to pick up the first down. Is it what is it? 2nd down now?
3rd down.
Third
and
down.
About 15. So may see a play action here from River Eagle.
You could, or you could go conservative and run it, and then let Luke Walls come out and attempt a field goal. He's got the wind at his back.
Your back, absolutely. 3 backs: Ray, Hedger, and McPherson. Pitch out to McPherson, running to his right. Stiff arms the defender across the 25. Bowls over a defender at the 20. Not enough to move the chains, but nice little pickup there.
Yeah, you're well within the range of what Luke Walls can put through the uprights without wind. And when you take the wind that we have tonight, it's steady 15, 20 miles an hour with gusts up over 30 miles an hour. I mean, it could be a difference, but I don't see Walls trotting onto the field. I think Westside's just going to continue to shove the ball down Rivercrest's throat here and go for the dagger.
They got to move it down to the 13-yard line. So they need 7 right here. Ball spotted at the 20. Clock continues to roll now inside 6:40. They may call a timeout just to let it milk down as far as they can milk it.
Looks like they're going to run a play. I wasn't sure what they weren't going to let the play clock run down and then call timeout.
And a flag is thrown. See if they got the delay of game. It is delay of game.
That's not a bad penalty to take there, all things considered.
Yep, more time taken off the clock.
Sure. 25. So, yeah, I think with the wind, you're still in range with Walls if you want to try a field goal here. Or you go for it on 4th and just, like I said earlier, try to drive that dagger all the way through the Colts' heart. They pick up this first down, Andy. I mean, that's that may completely break whatever spirit is left of Rivercrest.
And Westside going to talk some things over, figure out what they want to do. 34-10 is the score. Westside leading Rivercrest. 6:26 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Coming to you from the Tez on a rainy, windy night.
Okay, so finding a heat and air guy has never been easy. But then I got more, and it's a whole new level of customer service. First, they show up on time, and before they arrive, I get a text with a picture of my More technician, like Uber. And my More team never leaves a mess. They treat my home like it's theirs. Google MOHR. That 5-star rating, it's for real.
You deserve more, so visit us online or call us today to schedule an appointment.
Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton here with you at the Tez, the campus of Rivercrest High School. The Colts trailing Westside 34-10 here in the fourth quarter. 6:26 left to play. Right now it is Westside football, but they're facing a 4th and long situation. And here is Luke Walls on to attempt a field goal.
So it's about, let's see, the ball spotted at the 25, is that correct? So this is going to be about a 42-yard field goal.
Seen him hit one of this distance before. Let's see if he can do it here. Kick is up. And with the wind, it had the distance, but it went wide right.
He definitely had the distance on it and looked like, well, we got a flag.
Yeah, he's picking himself up off the turf right now.
There is a flag
down,
yeah.
So
the pink flag is throwing me off. You know, a lot of the officials carry pink flags during the month of October for breast cancer awareness, but the pink flag threw me off, especially with Westside wearing red shoes.
We're going to have running into the kicker here. So
is that a first down? Yeah, that'll be a first down. Wow.
So we missed it trying to follow the ball there, but
just a little wide right.
Yep.
He had the distance. That's half the distance to the goal on the penalty there.
They'll spot that one, I believe, at the 10 if it was spotted at the 20.
Yeah, simple math says that half the distance from 20 is 10. But they must not have been at the 20 because they're spotted at the 12.
Interesting.
Another score to pass on, Andy. Nettleton leads Forest City in the fourth quarter. No, I'm sorry, Forest City leads Nettleton 36-33. Wow, that's a bit of a shocker.
That's a turnaround from what it was.
Yeah.
Early in the game. I know they went in tied at halftime 14-14, but wow. Well, Westside now has it 1st and 10 from the Colt 12-yard line. McPherson in the backfield. Let's see if we can get him 5 scores on the day. Or maybe we'll get one from all-day Tyler Ray. There's the snap. The handoff to McPherson. McPherson right up the middle. Bounces off the defender at the 5, and he's in for his 5th score of the night.
Unreal. And Andy, if he's not broken the school record for single game touchdowns, he's got to be getting close to it if he doesn't own it already. But McPherson has just been a locomotive tonight. You know, he's on the tracks, and don't stand in his way when the train is coming through, because you're not going to stop this young man tonight. Simple math in my head tells me we're approaching maybe 350 yards on the night.
Well, that touchdown rush, just a paltry 12 yards.
Yeah, what's wrong with him there? Just 12 yards?
Only 12 yards there for McPherson as the extra point is up and good. 41-10 is the score. 12-yard rush from Logan McPherson puts 6 more points on the board.
We're in turbo clock,
now trailing 41-10. We do have an injured player out on the field. We'll let you know all about it here in just a second when we come back here on Tubetown.
So the best thing about You First Banking is that you don't have to change your lifestyle to meet our needs. We change what we have to meet your needs. Whether you're the mom who's busy taking care of kids all day and you really just don't have time to stop in the bank, we have products like our mobile banking app to make things a lot easier for you so you can get things done when you're on the run. Or if what you're looking for is that face-to-face interaction, we have 20 locations across the state with someone there to help. At First National Bank, you first, always.
Taking a look here at Nathan Adams making his way up and to the west side sideline. Glad to see him up and walking.
He's walking pretty gingerly, putting a little bit of weight on that left leg. I can't tell if he's favoring a knee or an ankle. I spoke with his mother earlier today by chance, and he was actually getting fitted for knee braces earlier today. So you hope that it's not a knee. That would be an evil situation there. Go get fitted for knee braces, and before you get them, you suffer a knee injury. But it looks more like an ankle to me. God, look at the jubilation on that Westside sideline. I mean, these guys, 41-10. You know, last year they beat Rivercrest in, I believe it was a 7-point game at Westside for their first victory over Rivercrest in school history. And you would have thought it would have propelled them to bigger and better things, but it was almost like they used up everything in the tank they had last year for that game. But to come back this year and to come into Rivercrest House and just completely dominate the game, I mean, that says a lot about the mindset of this team.
77-17 now?
77-17 is what they've outscored their opponents in the last 2, 4, 5, 6, or almost 6 quarters. That's an offense on a roll right there.
Yeah, quite a bit of momentum here for the Warriors on offense. There's the kick to the Colts. It'll go out of bounds, so they'll start with some pretty good field position right about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's all academic at this point, Andy.
Yeah, the Colts will just try to get some positivity going their way as they'll face off against Cave City next week.
Westside goes back home, back to the friendly confines of Warrior Stadium to take on Truman. And then they'll finish up their season again at home, and they have conference-leading Gosnell coming into Warrior Stadium there on the campus at Westside. And if you're a Westside Warrior fan, you like the way the end of the season is shaping up right now with your last 2 games at home.
This play blown dead here before it gets started, and it looks like Travis Smith gets taken down anyway. It looks like they didn't really do too much on. Well, actually, no, I don't think they did blow the.
No, they didn't
dead.
blow it dead. It was just Westside blew it up.
Smith just looked like he quit. On the
That's
end of that run.
It's almost like he heard a whistle.
Under 5:30 now left to play. Turner rolling out, takes a shot, nearly intercepted and nearly caught at the 45-yard line off the hands of a Westside defender. They look here. I think it was Brady Johnson who jumped up to get his fingers on that one and then almost landed right in the hands of Jalen West.
Just anything that can go right for Westside tonight is going right. I mean, it's just unbelievable the way they've come in and dominated this game. Another final score to pass along, Andy. Pocahontas doubles up Truman tonight. 32-16 is your final there. So Pocahontas will move a little bit out of that log jam behind Rivercrest, Westside, and Gosnell. Looks like they'll move up, actually, I guess into 3rd place, because Westside is going to take sole possession of 2nd here tonight with their victory here that's pretty much inevitable at this point.
There's been a penalty on Westside there as the Colts now have the ball at midfield, 1st and 10. Still 5:15 left to play in the 4th quarter. 3 wide receivers, 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Now they're going to do some switching here. Actually, it looks like a player going to come off the field.
It should be a penalty, shouldn't it?
It should be, unless he was sprinting out to this far side position. There's a shovel pass out to Scott. Scott shuffling his feet, the 45, makes his way past the first down marker at the 40. Nice run there by Keyshawn Scott. Way to break his feet down and bounce to the outside there. Another little shovel pass there, though, by Cam Turner. Taking a look at the replay here. Just a little design flip out.
Made a couple guys miss. There's some fancy footwork there to get to the first down marker.
Second time we've seen that play. It looks like they took it right out of Aaron Rodgers' playbook.
Yeah, no doubt. Good presence of mind there by Turner in the pocket to scramble around and buy himself a little extra time.
And he is just a junior, so the Colts get another year with him. Again, I'm very impressed with the way he's hung around in the pocket and just kind of gone through his progressions. You can see him going from left to right. That time he throws it right to Tyler Ray, and all day can't haul that one in.
What is that, about 7 passes now that have just gone off the hands of Westside defense at one point or another? I know Garner's had his hands on about 4 or 5 different passes tonight, and that one came so obviously to Ray, I think it caught him by surprise a little bit.
He's all day on offense, just some of the time on defense.
Part-time.
Part-time. Second and 10 coming up here for Rivercrest. Looking to throw. Stands in the pocket. Turner fires one downfield. Nearly intercepted that time by Kessler Engel, and now he's looking at his fingertips.
Got a flag? Do we have a flag?
Looks like a flag down back here at about the 25-yard line. Intended receiver there was Jackson Stovall, and I got to say a good job by him actually, because it looked like he was trying to turn around and find the football, and that's hard to do. And it looked like he made a pretty good effort on it.
Let's see what the penalty is here. It looks like it's going to be on Rivercrest. Probably a hold. Pass interference. Oh, offensive pass interference. Wow.
That backs the ball up to the 50-yard line, right at midfield, right on the Colt logo. Four wide receivers. Inkling goes in motion, pitches back to Scott, and he lost it, and it's going to be Brown who falls on top of it for the Warriors. Jacob Brown right there to recover the fumble. And Westside will get it back with 3:46 left to play in the ball game.
I mean,
Take a look here.
When things are going right, they're just going right. And if you're Rivercrest, when it goes wrong, man, it really goes wrong because little trickeration there to try to get something going and couldn't hold on to it, and it just happens to bounce right to the Westside defender.
So now with 3:46 left to play, all there is left to do here is just milk this one out. McPherson coming off the field. We've probably seen the last of him for tonight. Getting some congratulations over there on the far sideline for
well-deserved.
Excellent game.
Well-deserved.
Tyler Ray is in the backfield now, and he'll take the handoff all day, hitting the backfield, makes his way back to the 40-yard line, picking up about 2.
I don't have the official numbers on McPherson because I can't do that much math in my head on such short notice, but if, like I said earlier, if he doesn't already own the school record for yardage and touchdowns in a single game, he's got to be very close to it, I would think. Five touchdowns tonight, Andy. Unbelievable performance.
Got the hat trick and then some. Ray takes the handoff, running to his right. He'll power forward for 2, 3 more.
You know, Andy, the one good thing from our perspective of this about the bad weather is that we had some really good viewership tonight. So appreciate everyone tuning in on Facebook and YouTube and the Amazon Fire Stick app. And, you know, one very special viewer, I know this is not real professional to do, but I got to say hi to my son, Aaron, watching at home tonight, staying warm. Kind of glad they didn't make it over here because it is not good conditions to be sitting out in the bleachers tonight.
2 minutes left to play here in Wilson. Third down coming up. The handoff to Cunningham. Cunningham makes his way out to the 30-yard line, and I believe he got enough to move the chains.
I believe so. Another fresh set of legs back there in the backfield just to keep the chains moving.
What a stable of backs that Westside has between McPherson, Tyler Ray, Nat Hedger, and now Rashard Cunningham. You got 4 guys you can hand it off to that can break off, not just break off big runs, but they're going to get you 3-4 yards on average every time they touch the football.
Well, and don't forget, you know, River Eagle's always a threat to run as well. So, I mean, it's just kind of pick your poison back there in the backfield. And you're seeing exactly why that Westside is among the league leaders in team rushing in all of 4A across the state of Arkansas.
Little misdirection. They hand off to Melton. Melton across the 20 makes a move at the 15. Ooh. It's taken down inside the 15, just shy of the 10, and Zach Melton on his first carry of the night is going to move the chains for the Warriors. 1st and 10 now coming up.
How about the offensive line play tonight, opening these holes for pretty much every back that takes the handoff tonight?
Yeah, Melton said, don't forget about me.
Yeah.
You mentioned everybody but me. I can pick up 1st and 10s too. And, yeah, it did take quite a lick there at the end of that as well.
You get a first down, and you get a first down, and you get a first down. I mean, it's just, they're spreading it, showing the love tonight, sharing the love in the backfield.
Now it looks like they've lined up here in the victory formation, getting ready to take a knee, and that's what they're going to do.
Every coach I know, Andy, says that is the greatest formation in all of football. It's going to be a very fun ride home tonight back to Craighead County for the Warriors and the Warrior fans, because I would think even the most diehard Warrior fan in all of Craighead County did not expect maybe this lopsided of an outcome. I think you have confidence in your team to come over and take care of business, but if you'd have told me beforehand that the score was going to be 41-10 with Westside winning, I would have raised my eyebrow at you.
And that knee should wind us down here. The two teams congratulate each other. 4 quarters in the books here in Wilson. And the Westside Warriors will come away with a 31-point victory at the Tez over their conference foe, the Rivercrest Colts. They go 20-plus years without beating Rivercrest. And now the Westside Warriors find themselves victorious 2 years in a row over the Colts. They now have a record of 6-2 overall on the year. They are 4-1 in the 3-4A. Sole possession of second place, Marcus.
Yeah, sole possession of second place. You get Truman at home next week. You try not, the cardinal rule is to not look ahead, but they close out the season with Gosnell at home. Gosnell sitting on top of the conference right now. Going to be an interesting 2 games here for Westside to finish up the season, and they get to finish it up at home. That's huge. So I would expect Warrior Stadium to be packed to the gills next week and the following week.
Rivercrest will fall to a record of 5-3 on the year. They'll fall to a record of 3-2 in conference play. They'll stay at home and face off against Cave City next week. Good night tonight for the Westside Warriors. We're going to go ahead and get our camera crew out of here for this evening. We'll wrap it up just a little bit early. A big shout out once again to Richard Bressler and Nathan Taylor, our camera operators for this evening, bringing you all of tonight's action from the windy, rainy, cold photo deck. So thanks to those guys. Big thanks to our production crew, Rob and Brandon, for taking care of the graphics and replays, everything like that. And, of course, Marcus, any final words here from Rivercrest?
Just total domination by Westside tonight. If you're a Westside fan, I don't know how you could expect it to go any better than it did all night long. From the opening kickoff through the final horn, it was just total domination by Westside.
We are back here with you next Friday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. 7 p.m. is the kickoff time for Westside and Truman. Get back here with us next week on Tubetown. For Marcus Carlson, I'm Andy Manis saying so long. Everybody stay dry tonight. Stay safe.
More Air Conditioning presents Westside Warrior Football on Tubetown. Sponsored in part by Denver's Refrigeration, Max Garage, Ace Sports, and First National Bank.